All right, let's call Jacob. Let's get in here and do this. And I'm going to send a tweet here to let everybody know.
He's not quite on Skype right now.
Okay. Okay. Well, I will still tweet.
And he started responding, so
okay.
Looks like he's getting to it.
Not a problem. Is at Jacob. For hour, what hour are we in? So it's 9 o'clock, so we're in our 10th hour?
Or yeah, hour 10. Looks like he's on. I'll try to get him in here.
Are you muted, Sebastian? Yes.
Here we go. Hey, Jacob.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Hey, you look like you're from you're at a professional podcast studio area over there.
Yes, I have been in this seat since Friday waiting for this very podcast. I have not moved.
That's unfortunate news for you.
Yeah, I live pretty close, so
it's easier. You got a nice setup going. Why not go ahead and do it? So how you been, man?
Been good, man. Been very busy. The last few, well, actually the last year, but the last few months have been very busy for us. We have a lot of new stuff coming. It's been very exciting as well. So
awesome. It's cool. Honestly, it feels like to me, I can't decide if CES. CES feels like it was like 3, 4, 5 months ago.
I know it does feel that way.
It feels like
but
it
actually,
was like 2 weeks ago to me.
I can't tell you what happened at CES this year. Like I have no recollection of what actually occurred at the show. So. There's that.
Well, that happens. So.
yeah. So let's talk about some stuff. It's interesting for you guys now that you're not just video cards anymore. Hey, you guys with the toys back there.
Yeah.
Making a lot of noise. You do a lot more than just video cards now. It's been a little bit quiet on the GPU side for a little bit. We've had the Maxwell 2.0 parts out for a while. We know that we're gearing up in for another generation here in the summertime. But you guys showed a lot of stuff at CES that I was pretty interested in. You had the new gaming laptop. You had the case. What else did you have that was new out there?
So we had the case, we had the VR edition, which is a graphics card that we had. We had an audio card that we're working on, a couple new power supplies. So
where are you at with some of those projects? Let's do the laptop. Where are you at with the gaming laptop? When can we expect to see that hardware?
So the laptop, you'll hear some more news about that later this month and maybe some initial availability. Actually, I have one. Just so happens right here. So this is it's called the SC17.
Yep.
Obviously, it's a very slim profile for having a 980M in it.
Oh, yeah.
USB 3.1 Type-C. But really the key, and you kind of touched on this on your videos and when you saw it, is really the key feature there is some of the overclocking features that you get. I mean, the ID form factor is really neat and slim, but it gives you a lot of functionality that we haven't really seen on a gaming laptop until now. So it's very exciting.
I'm excited about that. Now, is it still there's going to be a non-G-Sync version and a G-Sync version?
That is the plan right now. Yes, there will be a non-G-Sync version, which will be available first. Because the panel is brand new. It's a 4K panel, so it's still going through some of the G-Sync qualification process, and then we will have a G-Sync version at a later date.
Cool. And what about this case? This enormous, completely unique case chassis that we saw and we're actually really pretty impressed with. Is that still what, I think Andrew maybe had a little bit of an aggressive timeline for us when he talked to us about it. Is that still on track?
At this moment it is. We are making some adjustments to, after the feedback we gathered from CES, we're making some tweaks here and there to make it even better. And then you'll see that available later this year.
Awesome. So what else is going on? What are you guys kind of... And so like I said, we're kind of at a waiting point for both NVIDIA hardware and AMD hardware, to be fair, on the GPU side. What's kind of like your focus at EVGA today?
Well, I mean, we've continued to work on developing cooling technology. So, when we have upcoming products, we have new coolers to go along with it. And of course, all the other products, the laptop was a pretty big endeavor for us. We've been working on it for over a year and are almost there. So That one has been a pretty big focus for us. And then outside of that, we've still been doing stuff on the GeForce side. Like we released the 980 Ti VR edition. Comes with, and I so happen to have that here too. So comes with this drive bay, and we relocated an HDMI port to the back of the PCB. So there's no external wirings. So it looks really clean. It's really about convenience for VR headsets. So yeah, we've still continued to do stuff, I guess you could say.
Right. What of these divisions that you guys are in, maybe this is an odd question, but like, is like the most surprisingly profitable or most surprisingly successful to you? Like, is it power supplies? Is that's something to me that's like used to be dominated by Taiwanese companies, and now it's kind of dominated by U.S. brands here in the States?
For us, our biggest categories is graphics cards, obviously, and power supplies. So we have grown in power supplies very rapidly in the last 2 years, even less. So power supplies is our second biggest category today. What
kind of tech or whatever stands out to you in those, really? Like, it's, as somebody who, so I don't do the power supply reviews at PC Per. Lee does. He does an awesome job on that stuff, and he has an eye to detail and particulars on that. But in your view, obviously, you know, working for EVGA, what kind of tech or production capabilities or whatever really stand out as kind of being important for how you guys build and brand your power supplies?
Certainly the warranty is a big factor of it. A lot of our power supplies have up to a 10-year warranty. In addition to that, I think a lot of the stuff that you can find in the PC Perspective reviews, like the excellent efficiency, fully modular cables, the very quiet operation with the eco mode feature, which turns the fan off when the system is idle. Those are the kind of things that we really see make a difference.
All right, now let's... The VR edition of your graphics card, we actually have one in here. I don't know if we have it readily available. I think we had totally disorganized this place in order to prepare for a 12-hour event. So these, it's available both with your ACX 2.0 cooler and with your with like kind of the default kind of NVIDIA reference cooler, right? We have the box at least. I don't know if the GPU is actually in here. But the main kind of change here is the movement of an HDMI port to the back of the PCB. So like inside the case.
Right.
Now you guys had to remove one of the DisplayPort connections from the back panel for that to work, right?
We removed one of the DisplayPort connectors and changed it to HDMI. So you still have HDMI on the I/O, like the normal, you know, but we removed one of the DisplayPorts, moved it to the back, and changed it to an HDMI connector.
Right. Is it architecturally, you couldn't have both that HDMI internally and the other DisplayPort out there, right? You kind of had to move it. You couldn't just add to it.
Right, because the GPU only supports a certain number of simultaneous connectors on there. So that's the reason why we chose to relocate it. Right. I mean, it's possible that we could maybe just add it, and you know, you could still only use 4 at one time, or you know, but. We chose to go ahead and remove one and move it over to the backside instead.
Gotcha. So you and I emailed a little bit about this. You guys have your Precision X software, which I think is generally considered kind of like the default NVIDIA-based overclocking monitoring tools. It's been very successful on the DX11 side. You guys were also the first to kind of offer up a DX12 version of it, right? That's still something you guys are working on and developing and want to like push forward, right? Yeah,
so DX12 is working today. It was actually pretty challenging to get it to work in the very early stages. It's quite a bit different than DirectX 11 for displaying and on-screen, you know, anything really. So, but it's still something that we're continuing to tune, and we do plan on supporting FCAT at some point, and that one is also a bit of a challenge to implement, but I'm sure that we will be able to figure it out.
I've had a couple of requests here in the chat for you to show the I/O capability on that laptop a little bit. Can you
sure. So
what do you got on there?
So if we talk about the I/O, can you see that? Yeah. All right. So if we talk about the I/O, we have Ethernet, HDMI, and 2 display ports here, one of which is capable of G-Sync output. And then on the other side here, we have 2 USB 3.0s, and we have USB 3.1 Type-C, which will include an adapter inside the box to allow you to go to Type A if you needed, but
Ken raises his fist in appreciation for that inclusion as well.
Yep, it's about time. I'm tired of plugging USB connectors upside down.
Yes, that's true. Go ahead.
I was watching the chat. Somebody asked about this. So this is a very, I don't know why you said lunch sign, but this is a very old
That's
sign.
awesome.
I don't know where we got this from, to be honest, but
That's awesome,
yeah,
actually.
this is very old.
GeForce FX.
GeForce
Not the best moment in NVIDIA's history, I guess. That particular product, but I look back on those days. That's kind of like the beginnings of me going into more than just AMD specific motherboards and processors and stuff. And so the FX brand has a pretty special place in my heart, even though people still called it the Dustbusters, and even NVIDIA had humorous insights about it after the fact. That's true.
And it's actually even this is NVIDIA's old logo with the slanted N. So
that was back when it was lowercase n and then NVIDIA,
italicized.
And okay, and we still get people that like spell it like that or type it like that in our comments and in our stories.
Okay,
and I have
lowercase
to
n, all Apple, yeah.
Yeah, and I go, no, they kind of want to do all caps everything. But honestly, too many companies do that too. Well, EVGA used to do that, right? The E was lowercase.
The E was lowercase at one point, yes.
And now it's all caps.
Yeah, so I guess that was a 90s thing, I guess. I don't know.
that was the trend for it.
Yeah.
So, of the video cards, right, you guys obviously have your ACX 2.0 stuff. I'm kind of looking at the website here. The water cooling side of things is one of the areas where you have worked with partners to kind of make sure that there's water cooling available options. Are those have got to be really small markets, right, for you? Or are they bigger than I might be thinking?
They are not, I wouldn't call them small. Definitely they're smaller than the air-cooled side, but they're definitely growing, actually. In fact, the hybrid coolers, which have, it's the all-in-one cooler with the 120 radiator on it, all-in-one, those actually sell very well. And so, we're going to continue to offer both. I kind of see a place for both today, and so we're going to continue to offer, the hybrid solution, which we call with the all-in-one cooler on it, all combined, and then the DIY version, which is kind of the enthusiast option.
Right. Somebody in the chat, Black Wolf, wants to know if you have any clues or tips for what's online for like your next cooler, ACX 3.0, he calls it.
That sounds like a good name. Maybe we'll use that.
Any tips on what you? It's obviously custom coolers are the way to go. You guys have done a lot of improving of the fan tech as well. What else can you do? Like what else can you change for another generation of graphics card coming down the line?
Well, there's definitely always ways to continue to refine the cooling ability. I wouldn't say that you're going to see anything drastic on the cooling side, but there is ways to refine it and continue to lower the temperatures. But for us, we've had a pretty big focus on the design of it, making it look very attractive, as that's becoming more and more important to a lot of people and to us as well.
Right. There's somebody here is asking for a single slot GTX 980 Ti hybrid card.
That would be very hard.
Yeah, I think
because if you think about it, on a DIY type solution, it's 100% possible. We've actually done it with the Kingpin card, but on this type of solution, you would have to move the pump somewhere else because you're adding some extra height there just by having the pump integrated into the GPU block.
If you had to pick one video card that EVGA has made, how long have you been at EVGA?
10 years.
That's a long time, Jacob. If you had to pick one card, not like the fastest card, because obviously that's the current ones, but like one card that at the time when you launched it was your favorite, had the neatest feature you remember at the time, all in context of what was going on at the time. Neatest feature, the best capability, the most unique design. Which one or one or two kind of stand out to you?
Oh, that's a tough question. Definitely the 8800 series was, at the time, was pretty revolutionary.
Yeah.
GTX 280 was another pretty big one for us. But honestly, the 580 was not the 980. I mean, GTX 980 was. Yeah, I mean it's an excellent card. It really is. You know, from the power consumption to the performance and the performance per watt. I mean, it really is an impressive piece of technology.
It still is. I agree with you there.
Even to this day. I mean, it's not a relatively new card, but yet the technology. I mean, it's in a league of its own, really.
What do you? There's a question here about. Somebody was asking, Razor512 was asking about fully unlocked VBIOSes and stuff like that. And that was something that changed recently with you guys. How is your kind of negotiation or capabilities changed in regards to being able to unlock some of that stuff that people were used to seeing with it? I know it kind of changed with GPU boost. Is this something you guys have tried to say, hey, NVIDIA, give us the capability to do this on some of our like top-end flagship parts?
So you're talking about on the GeForce side, like some of the tweaking options, things like that?
Like voltage options, and specifically, I think, is what they're referring to.
Well, it's something that we continually want to expose on our cards, and I think NVIDIA have the same feelings. You know, they love the enthusiasts. They know what enthusiasts like, and so you know they know what they're doing with that kind of stuff. So they make sure to give us all the options that we want to be able to expose in our software, like EVGA Precision, for example.
Right. All right. So it was told to me that you had something you wanted to give away during our call here. What is that product? We just right before we called you on, we gave away 2 EVGA power supplies. We gave away what else was it? Two EVGA 650 watt power supplies, a motherboard, and a GTX 970. But you got something else in mind.
Yeah, I do. So it's right here, actually. So GTX 980 Ti FTW. So this is one of our highest end cards that we offer today. It's a very nice card with a backplate. It has a lot of overclocking options, more power phases, stuff like that. So yeah, this is whoever wins this will be very lucky. So I would like to win this. Yes.
You can see we've got the system up here, Ken, where we're showing it. I like the kind of like the gold accents there. This is 8+2 power phases. It's got the ACX 2.0 cooler.
Yeah.
Right?
And in case anybody doesn't win, unfortunately, everybody cannot win, or you know that wouldn't be good for us, unfortunately. But although we would love it, but actually, Newegg's running a pretty good deal on this card today. Actually, it ends today. The deal, I think it's $609 after rebate. So that's around $30 off. So you know, it's a really good card.
An ATI. If you wanted to make sure you were like absolutely ready for your VR system build, a 980 Ti is going to be the way to go. All right, so first of all, thank you again for offering up another kick-ass prize for us, and we have our winner drawn here by the name of John A. from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I'm sorry, Murfreesboro.
No, you said it right.
Did I?
Yeah.
There's an extra R in there. It's all right.
Yeah, you said it right, though.
All right.
It's one of those weird things.
Murfreesboro?
Yeah.
Okay, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Congratulations to John A. You won a $600+ video card from Jacob over at EVGA. That's awesome. So, Jacob, what are you playing right now? What's your game of choice?
Oh man, honestly, this year has been really great for PC gaming. In fact, I think I've played more and been more interested in some of the PC gaming titles this year than all of last year, just up to this point. So, I finished Super Hot, which is a really cool game. You should definitely check it out.
That yet. Yeah.
I'm playing Tomb Raider, Street Fighter, also as well. Rainbow Six Siege. I've been playing a lot of that when I have time. So right now there's just too many games to play and not enough time, which is my biggest issue. Have
you tried any of the Division yet?
I have not, unfortunately. I did get in the beta, but didn't have a chance to check it out. I'm really interested in that game.
I honestly knew nothing about it. I didn't realize that it was supposed to be a, like a Destiny style, what do you call it? Like a loot game, right? Like a loot drop game, but kind of in like a Tom Clancy styling on it, which is actually very compelling to me. And like I said, I'm kind of in your boat where I wish I had more time to play games. So what I do to stay up on everything is I listen to a lot of game podcasts. And everybody was kind of surprisingly, to themselves at least, surprisingly very up on The Division. They came away liking a lot more than they expected to. So that's
yeah, I think I'm seeing a lot of that very same feedback that you know, I mean, it really all depends on the content. So as long as they are able to deliver enough varied content, I think, in The Division, then it certainly will be a hit. And so far, it looks to be going that direction. So that should be good.
Right. Somebody's asking about EVGA keyboard. I've seen that a couple of times.
Okay, yeah, the keyboard. So we've been working on the keyboard for a long time. It is definitely coming this year, but I don't have any more information at this time.
Okay. All right, there you go, guys. Lots of people asking in there, so I wanted to make sure we got that out there. Let's see. What else is there? I mean, the gaming thing is important. What kind of like VR? I don't know. Is that something you're looking forward to? Is it something where you think you've done enough demos, you're not really sure if you're sold on? It's been a hot topic on our stream here today, for sure.
Definitely, it's a very exciting thing. It's a huge change in the way that we interact with games and experience them. So just that by itself makes it very exciting. And the demos that I have done are, yeah, you really have to try it to see it for yourself. I mean, it's really unbelievable the amount of how interactive it feels by just doing that. I've had experience with the Vive as well as the Oculus. And they both offer very different experiences. And, you know, a lot of people ask which one's better, Oculus, that, but to me, they're so different that I look at them as like entirely different platforms.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you know, for my experiences, it's been pretty much a lot of tech demos. And although those are very interesting, I really want to be able to sit down and play, you know, for a few hours with it, which I really haven't had a chance to do, unfortunately. And I think that will really, you know, dictate the future of it. And also, it's really important to be able to show this to people. So like kiosks at retailers, things like that. It's yeah. I think for it to really gain traction, you need to have that. And
I fear the day that we have kiosk VR machines where I've got to put something on my face that has been on like 40 other people's faces. Maybe in that day, I don't know. I never got any pink eye from any VR demos.
Well, that's why you need to carry around wet wipes
that's right.
Whenever you go to the store to try it out.
You are correct. Has the VR stuff like changed how EVGA is kind of like pushing certain graphics cards, right? Because both Oculus and HTC recommend like a 970 and above. Is it kind of push like, okay, we need to market our 970 and above video cards more so than our 960s and below type of thing?
Not so much, although it is important for us to make the distinction that, you know, the GTX 970, 980, 980 Ti is a VR-ready card. But it's not so much that we're trying to push any particular products. We just want to make the information available. So when the customer looks at the GTX 970, they know it's a VR-ready card. Because, yeah, that's the one thing about VR is, you know, when you have a regular game that's not VR and poor frame rates, usually you can live with it. But when you have poor frame rates in a VR experience, it can almost make you sick. So it is very important to have a high frame rate with VR.
That was a lot of our discussions today when we had Ben Kuchera from Polygon on, we had Tom on earlier, and we were talking about like the reason it's so important is because 90 is now your new floor for frame rates. Like you never want to go below 90. Whereas even for hardcore enthusiast PC gamers today, that's not like anything that people really even aim for, right? You kind of want to hit 60. You know, so if like you hover above and below 60, especially if you have VRR technology, you know, whatever, it's fine. But to know that you have a floor of 90 really sets the bar fairly high, even if it's not a graphically intense game, like a lot of the VR demos, to be fair, are, right?
Right, and I caught one of the things you said earlier about a lot of the games having kind of simplistic graphics, and part of that is in order to maintain the 90 frames per second, you know, but...
yeah. I'm excited for it. So what do you guys have any events that you're attending or going to be at any time in the near future?
Yeah, so we will be at PAX East in Boston.
Still have yet to go to that. I still haven't been to a PAX yet.
You have never been? Wow. Yeah,
Not
you
to
should
one.
definitely go.
I know.
Yeah. You should go, for sure. QuakeCon, probably. PAX Prime, which is in Seattle.
Right.
So, yeah, a lot of stuff.
Well, we plan on being at QuakeCon again this year, pending, you know, them still having us back. So that would be awesome if you guys can stop by there. It may be an interesting time for GeForce fans, right, and EVGA fans there in the August time frame as well. So I'm excited about this year. I really do believe that 2015. So when did the 980 and 980 Ti come out? You'll know this better than I will, Jacob.
Oh, yeah. When was it?
When was the 980? Was that November of 2014?
20.
Ken, does that sound right? I think it was like October, November 2014.
Yeah,
right?
That sounds about right.
And the 980 Ti a little bit after that. So 2015, to be perfectly honest, looking back in retrospect, was a fairly calm year in terms of PC hardware. I think 2016 is going to be very different from that, right? We have NVIDIA is going to have new GPUs. They've already said AMD is going to have new GPUs. We're getting a new whole Intel platform. We've got this whole VR technology push. We've got variable refresh and all kinds of areas. Obviously, we have the whole DirectX 12 Windows Store fiasco and controversy to deal with. But I really do think that like PC hardware and PC gaming is, I don't want to say more alive than ever, because there was a heyday in 2002, 2003, 2004 where it was off the charts. But I definitely feel like we are trending in a different direction than anybody's ever said. I think there was a JPR report that came out that said even though we sold fewer add-in cards total for the year, we doubled the amount sold that were, quote, enthusiast class. So I think that was like over $175 or something like that for their basis for that report. And that to me says a lot about the direction people are going, that they want those better experiences, that they want to do something different than you can get on consoles.
Right.
And that makes me excited.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the divide between a console class experience and a PC class is bigger than ever, really, at this moment. You know, with 4K and VR, you can get a much better experience on good PC.
Yep, I agree. I'm 100% with you on that. Jacob, anything else you want to promote or tell people where they can follow you or EVGA at?
I think we covered a lot of topics here, but you know, we're on all the social media networks. I'm at EVGA_JacobF. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Every Friday we have a live stream in this very chair.
Is it 12 hours long, Jacob?
It is not 12 hours. By the way, I should really do a 12-hour long. I don't know if I could last 12 hours. I don't know if you want to do 12 hours. You guys have done a really great job.
Yeah, I've been impressed. Anyway, continue. So EVGA_JacobF on Twitter. You do a podcast every Friday from that location.
Yep. Twitch.com / Twitch.tv, I guess. Yeah. /Team EVGA.
Awesome. All right. Well, we really appreciate you. You are a great partner of ours, and we really appreciate all the help and also all the prizes that went out to our viewers and fans today. So thank you again, Jacob.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully I'll see you again before QuakeCon, because that's a long way from now. But stay in touch. Let me know when you got those laptops ready.
All right, definitely. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Jacob.
Bye.
All right. Jacob, thank you very much from EVGA. Hope you guys really appreciate that. Like, they had committed to giving us 2 power supplies, a motherboard, and a video card, and then like he was like, oh, you know what? I got another card to give away. How about a 980 Ti FTW? And I was like, okay, I'm not going to say no. I'd rather you just send it to me. Yeah. But if you want to give it away, instead we gave it to somebody in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
It's pretty close. You could drive there and
What day is it going to be delivered, would you say?
To show up at his doorstep.
What day?
Hey, I already drove down this far. I could drive a little farther.
Right, yeah.
I used to live in Tennessee. You know, we have something in
I'm just going to make Jacob ship that one so I don't have to pay. I don't have to pay for the shipping on it. All right, so what's up now? What time is it? 9:45 or so. It's time for the Steam Controller Challenge.
Ah, yes.
So here's the thing. Here's what we don't know. We don't want to do just a one-on-one match, right? Because that's probably going to be boring, because we're going to play Dust. You have to play Dust. Dust 2. Right? And I think one-on-one maybe not enough happens often enough. But I'm afraid that you're going
I
to
would be entertained.
so disadvantaged that
That's what you think.
that you wouldn't be able to have any fun, right? And also, I think the people that would sign in to play with us would be way better than both of us. Why don't we try a one-on-one, and if it's bad for 5 minutes, then we go and do a normal.
I'm down.
Okay. All right.
I'm finishing my install right now.
What?
Okay. Well, let me go into it and figure out how to set up a server, or whatever, or a private event.
Yeah. Snap, crack, and pop.
Look at you putting it back in the bag for him and everything.
Thank you.
Such a nice guy.
I'm not sure how long it'll be before that's actually set up at my house. So
Well, never.
Put it on the arcade cabinet.
I don't know.
Just put it on that arcade cabinet.
Yeah.
Snap! That was a good one. Yeah, so you can see Ken behind us here. He's got the Steam controller. He's only allowed to play. You can use menus and stuff, obviously, in there. Yeah, I thought I already installed Counter-Strike.
I don't
on
even
this.
need to use menus. I got this shit.
I don't think you do.
How's my mic, Alan? Is it fine?
Say something.
Well, I'm saying something right now. I'm about to beat Ryan in
Seems awfully
Counter-Strike.
low. Seems,
Channel 6, I think, if you want to maybe give me a little game.
on? Is this one on here?
Yeah, I'm giving you.
Hold on.
So it should be channel 6 as far as I know.
Can I just use the master file?
No, use the game knob at the top of the XLR port. That will make more of a difference than...
6. Alright, keep talking.
So, right here in the Counter-Strike main menu, about to beat Ryan. It's a pretty good experience. I mean, it's a pretty pleasant menu.
Is displaying youthful. Here's the word.
Yeah, that's coming from me.
Mlock said don't forget to load the most popular profile. I have practiced with the Valve profile, which I'm not sure is most popular, but...
If anybody, so here's what we'll do. Anybody that's in on my friends list, if they want to join this match, they can join
It's
this.
probably a mistake.
I sent you an
I've got it
invite,
open.
Ken.
What?
I sent you an invite.
Shift tab this. Click here to join.
Sebastian, will you give me a Diet Cola
Under the...
out of the refrigerator? All right, let's just go. Fine. Vigil must gain at least private rank 3 before participating in competitive matchmaking.
Well, change it from competitive.
How do I do that?
I don't know.
Thank you, sir.
I don't have the menus.
Change permissions.
Oh.
Private match.
Hold on. Let me rejoin you. As it turns out, I'm using
Game
the controller,
settings.
so you know.
All right, hold on. I want to go to Filthy Casual.
Ken, it's probably okay to update iTunes while you're recording the stream,
Oh, yeah.
right? Okay.
Totally fine.
All right, it popped up. I just...
I mean, if Apple asks to update, I update.
Is it
You
not going
might
to let me
wanna-
pick a specific map?
I don't know.
I can only pick a specific map if I do competitive. Reserves group. This one has Dust 2 in it.
No, hit deathmatch.
I'm in deathmatch, but it's only giving me groups.
I don't know. Pick a group.
All right, we'll do that. Uh-oh, somebody else is in here.
So, Alan, you might the last channel with a quarter-inch connector. You might want to pop that up a bit.
Cannonair, yes,
Game
if
audio.
you could leave, that would be great. We'll invite you guys back. We'll do a group one after I destroy Ken a little bit.
It's too funny. He thinks he's gonna win.
Oh, I know I'm going to win.
So you want that louder?
I'm just saying you might want to give it a little volume. I don't know what it was at.
Yeah, you're in charge over there now.
It's enough for me to hear in the headset.
You're the captain now.
I'm the captain now.
I don't want to drink all the beer. We have a game of Risk to play.
I just stopped drinking beer because I was getting a little buzzed, and I want to be right for Counter-Strike.
Would I not hear
No, you don't hear that, Mike. You're
not gonna hear yourself.
But
All right.
it's channel 3. Make sure the Alt 3-4 button above the slider isn't checked.
Oh, it was muted.
Oh, it's not. I need
There
to,
you go.
Damn it.
See, I could do this remotely.
All right. Oh, where'd my phone go?
I will be a terrorist.
Yeah, you will. Raw. Where's my reverse mouse? Here we go. Didn't save my settings for
Oh, we do have
yesterday.
bots.
Do we?
Yeah.
Well, damn it. I can go back and try to turn them off if you want.
I don't know.
Let me try. Here, let's try.
I was friendly firing for a bit.
Let's try. Sorry. All right, so I want to go to
Warning, connection problem. Auto disconnect in 22 seconds. This is actually not working.
What's not? Your internet?
Did you leave the match?
I did.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Because it just like gave me a connection warning.
I have no idea.
Sideways.
It's my favorite movie about wine.
Game settings, inventory. How do I make it not bots?
I don't know if you can do that. I think it might just be a Counter-Strike thing.
Okay.
I don't know if you can do one-on-one.
Well, we'll have to do what we have to do, Ken.
Yeah.
But it
They'll
wouldn't even
know if we kill each other.
It's not even getting me the option to like set to like really crappy bots.
Hey, Ken. Really?
What's this white window?
That was Josh.
It was a Skype window.
It showed up after.
What?
Oh, you might have to remove that one
No,
for.
just don't use that shot. Use the one earlier in the thing.
It's in both of the...
It should be. There should be one without it.
Further to the left. That one.
That's
There you go.
only the screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
So if you right-click on that shot and hit edit and remove the white layer, you can do it. That one.
Yeah, all right. I'll...
Wah wah wah. Wah wah.
What?
Wah wah.
Oh, is this random weapons too? Damn it. Wait a minute, am I counter? Wait. Oh, wow, did that start us that close? Interesting. I haven't played this in so long.
Well, I'm dead.
I died too, but
Yeah, this sucks. I wish we could do one-on-one.
yeah, or at least turn the bots down to like the ones where
They're pretty stupid, as it turns out.
didn't we do like the practice? That was like practice mode was yesterday, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
Ken. Oh, done.
One kill does not make a match.
It's not starting off well.
Great. It random started me with the sniper rifle. That'll help.
That's not a good idea. Yeah. I got the shotgun, so we're perfectly matched for each other.
Location, location, location.
But the jump button's mapped to one of these pedals, so that's fun. The paddles. Pedals will be fun too.
Eat it, bots.
Yeah. Tension would be a lot higher if we didn't have bots to kill.
We could play some Quake 3 Arena.
Yeah.
One-on-one.
I just headshotted a bot.
That's pretty good.
That's some fun stuff to watch at QuakeCon.
I enjoy when people are good.
We could maybe play UT.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd have appropriate profile for this.
Ooh, you are definitely not going to have an appropriate
Someone might have
profile.
made it. There are community profiles.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh!
Like that?
I keep trying to team kill.
Typical Ken.
Pretty much.
Oh, bot Rick. You're the worst. Why does it keep giving me the shotgun? I don't want the shotgun. Man, 7 minutes on this map?
This map is pretty fun, like playing the actual bomb type. I remember playing it. I played Counter-Strike for like a month.
Ooh.
I was already half dead from a bot. Shut up.
Ooh.
Yeah, you are.
Oh no. Damn it, bot Corey. You took a lot of my life away. Oh, Jesus.
That dude was just standing there waiting.
He spawned there. Ooh, yeah, now I got a machine gun. I walk very slowly.
It turns out they have encumbrance.
Am I always running as fast as I can run?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Bot Rick again.
He's got your number, man.
Bot Rick is an ass.
You're dying as much as I am.
Yeah. But
So
I
this
killed
is-
you twice.
This is rapidly
True.
turning into Ryan and Ken both get their butts handed to them by bots.
Yeah.
Were we
Oh,
expecting
sorry.
anything else?
Team damage.
There's no front of the fire.
Ah, bot Rick! Get him, teammate. Yeah.
Stick the bots on each other.
Yeah, it turns out we're just really bad at Counter-Strike.
Speak for yourself. Bot John is no more.
But Khan.
Bot Juan. Oh, Jesus. Corey. If anybody in the chat knows how to, if it's possible to do one-on-one, like not competitive mode, because we have to be at like level 3 or some BS to get to competitive mode.
Yeah,
I don't-
that is kind of crap.
The bots are really pretty stupid.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It's like you
it's
just
just
wanna-
not setting up for the way I wanted to play this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of annoying. You just want to pick this up and play it like one-on-one, and you can't.
Mano a mano. Mano e mano.
Oh. Die balloons.
Look at this physics.
Why did Ryan die? Because he was
Shot by a
busy
balloon.
shooting balloons.
But in fairness, that was on purpose. Hey, watch this.
And you got the other guy.
Oh, wait. How do I... I see somebody's giving me... Let's see. Cannonair is telling me bot kick all in console. Oh, I gotta get to the console.
Is it Tilda?
Yeah, but I think you have to enable it. That's not fair. Was that you?
And Ken gets his first kill.
It counts.
Hey, part of the disadvantage of that keyboard and mouse thing is you might be using the keyboard for something
Yeah.
else.
I'm certainly not going to be in the console.
How do I get to the console?
You gotta type. You
Tilda?
need the real console.
Yeah, I know, but you have to enable it because like Tilde does not give me.
Oh, that's crap.
Whatever. The fact that I've gotten a couple of headshots with a pistol with a Steam controller should count for
Yeah,
something.
that's fair. I mean, you know,
They might be filthy bots, but
crosshair HUD, enable developer console. All right, so he says bot kick all in console.
bot underscore kick all.
All right.
Oh.
And then
Oh.
bot quota 0.
Oh no.
You might have to redo the kick.
I'm not sure I like this. No, they didn't join, I don't think.
All right, so there we go.
I don't like this.
That's it.
I don't like this one bit.
That's it.
No more excuses,
Here
Ken.
it goes.
No, I got plenty of excuses banked up.
He's been thinking for a week
Yeah.
on all these excuses.
I could either think or practice. Which one's easier?
Oh, my thumb was numb.
Lag. It's a wireless controller.
Yeah, lag.
Input latency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm V-synced.
Yeah, I see.
Go to the sound, Ken.
I don't have sound hooked up. That's one disadvantage. Actually,
That actually is a...
is that I don't have headphones.
I only have one channel.
Yeah, but you can still hear a gunshot if it happens near you. Now that we're the only two people in the match.
Or footsteps.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I guess I'll have to crouch now. Oh wait, he doesn't have sound.
I have to crouch.
Don't look back at my screen, Ken.
Don't look back in
Dirty
anger.
cheater.
This is a big map.
Yeah, that's what I was. This was my fear. It's just going to end up with somebody walking up behind somebody else. Being, oh, look at this! Boom.
So what's a small map? Someone can tell us.
I mean, dust is pretty.
Oh yeah. I can do that
You can
now.
just console it now.
Oh shit! Well, I was in the console. I knew it.
They found
I
each
knew
other.
it.
Here it is. Here it comes.
Fuck.
Oh, all
right. How do I? What's the map command?
So none of this is counted yet, right?
Map CS. Dust.
I guess that one counts.
Which one is Dust?
It's a small map. Dust is a
DE
pretty small
Dust,
map.
that's right. DE. Ooh, we could do original Dust, Ken.
Really?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Wah, wah, wah.
Haven't
So now
seen-
we start.
Haven't seen this map in, what, a decade
Speak for yourself.
or so.
Can we agree this is the start?
Sure, I guess.
Okay.
So now it's one-on-one.
I might have to redo the bots thing.
Yeah,
Let
maybe.
me see. Don't kill me while I'm in the console thing.
It's the only way I'm going to get a kill.
Does this game even cost money anymore?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I
If
just
you don't
really
own
play.
this already, then there's something wrong. Yeah.
Man, that's taken an awful long time now.
Yeah. To load 2 people into a map.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Bot _ quota 0. Thank you to Cannonair for figuring this out.
So they should all be gone now?
Let's see. Yep.
This is the fair. I was practicing on Dust 2. It's totally different.
Yeah, I know. This way it's open for everybody.
It's funny because they're mostly the same.
I know. No, they're pretty different.
Really?
Yeah. I know this map so well that like
Fuck. I'm too young.
I know where all the places you could go are.
Well, fine.
That was pretty brutal.
All right, I'm gonna try to make it a point to not go to where you might spawn to. Like, there's literally only 2 places people can come from in this map, so
That's why it's such a perfectly balanced map.
I know. It is the best map.
We should have played 1.6 instead.
If you figured out how to do it, let me know.
Probably have a profile for 1.6, right? Right.
Now we circle. I'm just gonna pistol you.
It's very difficult to circle straight with controllers.
You run faster with the knife.
Everyone knows that.
There's a deftness to the way that Ryan is handling the controls that worries me with regard to Ken's chances.
You trying to say there's a certain amount of skill in everything that I do?
Yeah, I mean, there's a sort of a practiced.
This is like I'm getting back into
confidence that you
my.
have.
Yeah, I haven't played this game in 10 years. Shut up.
I'm getting back into this in my Day of Defeat source.
Dodd sauce.
Yeah, days.
With the pistol.
Oh, I body disappeared before I could teabag.
Oh, what the...
What'd you do?
I killed myself apparently.
Well, that counts.
That counts as 1 for Ken.
1. I can't believe that jumping off that killed me. I thought it would hurt me, but I didn't think it would kill me.
Your
I guess
keyboard and
I guess
mouse
I don't
save
know
you
what my
now.
health.
I might have had some bullets in there.
Yeah, I don't know what my health level was at.
Probably not, though.
I don't see where is my health. Oh, bottom left.
Man. I picked the one video game you ever actually played.
We could have played Dodd.
No, I've never played Dodd.
Day of Defeat was great.
It's a bit before my time.
What? If you played CS 1.6
I
at
didn't
all,
play 1.6.
No.
I never played this game at all.
Sebastian, you never played this?
No. I never really played shooters. I
This
didn't
is
get
the
into
classic.
gaming until later.
This is the classic, man.
No, this isn't really.
Well, it's an updated
Well,
version of it,
yeah.
but this is like...
I imagine that they didn't change a whole lot. Like
They didn't. I mean, the map layout is the same. The graphics are better. Because this is definitely not
in the
original
speed
Dust.
and everything has got to have been.
The sad
that
truth is I
sound I
grew up
hear
in a
once
house
in a while?
without a PC or a game console until I was 17.
Holy crap.
So I've been trying to catch up. But then, of course, by then I was already working full time. So it's
I'm
like,
pretty sure
when I'm
this
gonna catch
entryway,
up.
these stairs I'm in, were not in the original Dust map. I'm pretty sure.
It would seem mostly unlikely to me, but you know.
These environments and textures look really good for an older game.
It's not old. It's not that old.
See, that's the thing. I think it's an updated version of the texture.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah!
I was trying to knife him.
Yeah.
You didn't have you didn't have your gun drawn?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, congratulations, Ken. You killed a knife-wielding man with
I don't care. I killed
That's
him.
2 kills.
That's
not an
his. That's
excuse.
his own damn fault. That
No,
he
it's
was
2
really-
deaths to
really-
be
The
to be sure.
suicide and shooting an unarmed man.
Yeah.
So we're equal. It's not my fault if he wants to be showy.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, he
arguing with
is. He is. You can tell.
Now I have the best gun in the game.
What's that?
I'm not telling you.
Yep, it's the
That's
great
a
gun.
Well, it
Good.
is. It was the Desert
I
Eagle.
do
You
love
should
that.
have raised
Oh,
it
you had
to
a Desert
protect
Eagle?
yourself from
Yeah.
the bullet that went through your head.
I just couldn't aim over you because I have a Steam controller.
Ugh, see, you're like,
Oh,
I
look
can
at-
beat you with the Steam controller. And it's like, if it weren't for the Steam controller,
I was switching weapons.
nothing behind you.
I think Ken just is still running away.
Yeah, he is.
That's just valid
He's pretty good at
strategy.
it.
I can coward, like the best of them.
You are such a coward.
I'm not gonna camp.
At least camp somewhere up high so you can see down.
Sure.
What?
And then
Pick him off.
Ryan and Ken both decided to camp at the same time. on
Yeah,
opposite
that
sides of
doesn't
the
really
map.
work on 1v1.
And 2 hours
turns
later,
out.
it's like, oh, the stream is over. Well, thanks for joining us, guys.
That's one way to do it.
Ryan and Ken have both fallen asleep at their desks.
make some s'mores at the campfire. It'd be a great time.
If only you were accurate enough with that Steam controller.
Yeah.
To fire
You
back.
did pretty good. You got me down to 28. And there's no like health regen in this game.
No.
So
Next time we meet, I probably still won't kill you.
Next time you meet, it'll only take me 5 direct hits to kill you.
Indirect.
Okay, direct, that's right.
This is-
Arm, leg, knee, top of foot.
right shoulder. I could see where you could get good with one of these things, but
Now, see, it should have been the Xbox Elite controller versus keyboard and mouse.
yeah,
Like,
that would have been better.
how about
Or
one of the
Xbox-
best controllers
Xbox-
available?
Xbox Elite versus Steam controller.
that's what.
That wouldn't be fair. Let him like tune it, like pick the right like sticks to put on it, like get everything just right, and then face the good old keyboard and mouse.
But it doesn't have controller support. I don't
Doesn't
think
have
this game has
controller
support.
Set up a custom controller profile.
Oh.
It's just like XY axis and custom buttons.
Yeah, you'd have to set up custom. But
Now you would have to do. Would it be like dual joystick?
I
Could you
mean,
set it
yeah,
up
that's
that way?
essentially what I'm doing now.
Okay.
Just one of them is the touchpad that maps to the mouse.
That's probably where your issue is. I can't
Oh, it
imagine
definitely
that's that
is.
precise.
It's
That'd be great for like a platform game or an
An
RPG or
RTS.
something. Yeah.
it's not exactly built for first-person shooters
Needs to have 2 sticks for that.
or a mouse and a keyboard.
I don't know, if you're practiced enough, I think you can get pretty good with 2 analog sticks, but
You can get practice with this thing.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
That was awful. It was absolutely awful.
it did take you a while to kill
shot
me.
him like 14
shot you, like,
times
in the
ass.
ball.
Yeah. More of the taint, I would say.
The grundle.
Yeah.
I just can't react. I can't.
Yeah, I got off. I got
Oh.
off 4 pretty good shots before you could turn around and really look at me. And as soon as you turned around and faced me, all I did was strafe because it's
Yeah.
like he's gonna have trouble keeping up with that.
Yeah. It's still not as bad as I thought this would be for Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
It's doable.
Hey, yeah, I mean, if you just have more skill and
Yeah,
this would be-
exactly.
Oh.
If I was better at stuff.
You just assassinated the chicken.
Like, I kill something.
You kind of still have a limit on, like, Ryan can do a 180, like, pretty dang quick.
Oh, he got me.
That was pretty fair and square.
To be fair, what I should have done is continue to walk up behind you with the shotgun instead of shooting you from a distance. But that's on me.
See, at this point, Ryan is just playing with, like, obtuse weaponry.
You do actually run better with the knife. Just so you know.
Oh yeah, everyone knows you run faster with a knife. Try and hit me. Try and hit me. Boom, headshot. Ken needs to fix the acceleration. That's probably true, but
Stop giving him tips.
I'm not going to change anything. That would, like, kill everything I've gotten used to.
That's true.
Yeah, because what you've gotten used to is really good.
You know what, Sebastian?
Yeah.
I'm really comfortable with my current level of ineptness. I don't want to mess with this
Sit
winning
down and try
formula.
it, Sebastian. We got 5 more minutes of this before we call in Patrick here.
Oh man, we only have 5 more minutes. I'm screwed.
What? No, it's only 6 to 3. Oh.
What were you at?
With the knife?
What were you at?
I'm at 16.
Did you slash him?
Yeah.
Nice.
I was just,
You both had knives. It was a battle of who could press the slash button more.
what it turned out to be.
First place.
7-3.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
It didn't count as a kill for you when I killed myself, did it?
No, it was 7-4 to 3 and 8.
Should go for a second one.
Yeah. Right.
All right. What map? Dust 2 this time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know Dust 2 better. Not that it's gonna help, but
Lil Hammer, that's an important question. Are you counting my death off the bridge?
it doesn't matter.
It should.
It wasn't one kill, so
Yeah, that's true. All right. Now, when you see this now, you're going to tell how much different this map is than the original.
yeah, no, it was definitely different.
I'm still the counter-terrorist because I'm the good guys.
It's just the same motif.
Be afraid. Let's go.
Apparently, I'm not the counter-terrorists. Oh, wait, I got to do the whole thing.
Wait, so should I go terrorist or counter terrorist?
You should go counter. Or, I'm sorry,
You're
terrorist.
or counter.
Yeah, whatever. Pick the other side. All right, I got rid of all the bots. It's just you and me.
Wah wah wah.
Invulnerability canceled.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, see, the difference is I can go like this
I don't know what you're doing.
really easily. Well, I do like 90-degree rotations to watch for you.
Yeah, he's
Probably
got,
a lot closer than you.
Like, I can rotate fast, it's just not accurate at all.
So for those motions, you're just sweeping the mouse.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's got acceleration. Like, it has momentum.
Die, chicken.
Are you using motion to aim? I don't even know what that means.
Is it a respawn point?
No, I'm just making my mark.
That'd be sweet. Just wait at the respawn point and just immediately slash them to death.
Oh, wow. In the head.
Ken has decided to stop toying with you.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. He's
It's a hustle.
I'm bored. I'm gonna just kill him every single time.
All right.
See, I was hoping if I made you win, you'd feel better about yourself.
I do. These chickens are not fans.
Just kill them, it's fine.
That's what I've been doing. I wish that bonus weapon thing would get the hell off my screen.
Why? It's not that big.
Well, when I'm looking around, it is. Ooh, look at that.
That was definitely fair and square.
Look how cool he looked.
He did. He was like a cool guy walking into an explosion.
Wow. Wow, look at all those misses.
It was from pretty far away for a P90, to be honest.
Yeah, no joke. I think we both have the same weapon.
You need a P90X. I hear those perform really well.
I want a 390X.
That was a very special dance.
I would like any gun but this one now.
It's the dance of my people.
What is that thing? Why are you telling me about a bonus weapon? I don't care.
Can you throw weapons at people?
It might be more effective for me.
It's not a ladder. Ooh.
Yeah, I know this map way better.
Do you really?
Yeah.
See, I know this map not at all.
What a shame.
I didn't really detect any sympathy there.
Nope.
Oh, sorry. When I play, I lose the intonation of my voice. I'm really sad for him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Voice intonation problems plague millions of assholes. It's a real problem.
Oh.
Wow. So that's how you want to play it.
One of you guys should be like auto-tuning your voice. You seen those?
No?
They'll be like
Auto-tune?
They'll be like somebody will have auto-tune running on their
in-game?
voice in game, like, and they're like singing the death of other people. They're like just doing like.
Is that what that video was you posted the other day?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
It was
I didn't know
so
what was
funny.
happening. They're just like, who is this guy? What is happening?
Yeah, because everybody else on the server was like, "What the heck is going on?" And he was like narrating other people's deaths and
In
stuff.
auto-tune.
In auto-tune.
You know you have too much money when you run your Xbox through Antares.
Yeah.
Yo, dog, I got my Xbox with Pro Tools.
You know, the Xbox, according to Microsoft, around the launch time, was going to be a viable business option for like video conferencing and other business needs.
Huh.
Yeah.
Potentially.
The original Xbox?
No, the Xbox One. They said this $499 device would provide an excellent resource for business
It has
and could be
Skype.
written off as a business expense.
It has Skype. You could do that.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's
Maybe.
true.
I don't know. Buy a Kinect.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So if I hit G during that, I can respawn with the other weapon.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Originally did the one
Sucks.
ship with
God, I've been using the
default?
crappy weapon.
Yeah.
Does it count against you if you respawn with a different weapon? Like, it's not
no,
a death,
I
right?
don't think
Oh, in the
so. That's
face!
pretty good.
Yeah, I hate to tell you this, but Ryan has all sorts of cheats enabled.
Yeah. Once he opened up that console.
Yeah, he keeps on like typing in these weird commands. Like,
Oh,
horrible
Jesus.
and- oh wait, no, he's not.
Wait a minute.
I've got invulnerability. Oh, wait. G-O-D. Oh. I can't enable it unless I... Oh, wait.
Ooh.
It's fine if you want to cheat, if you feel like you have to.
What are you doing?
Wow. Okay, it's fine if you want to cheat. I could just win by default.
I can't believe that it actually... I guess since we're not in competitive mode, it was fine. Oh, this fucking gun.
Ryan is now carrying a bazooka.
Thank God.
I'm just gonna kill myself with it.
Now he has a grenade. The active grenade.
Oh, boy.
I didn't get it off.
I look at how your strategy was. Go in, guns blazing. Boom.
I knew I knew
shot.
once I didn't get him in the first part, I wasn't going to get him.
Why'd you chase after him then? Circle
Well, what
around.
else was I supposed to do? Come
Circle
on.
around, sneak.
There's no fun.
Just look around, pick up the health pack,
Yeah.
get the God mode, or the quad damage, and boom, done.
If it was UT, I'd win.
I assume you've played that a lot more.
Not with a Steam controller. But yes.
What time is it, Alan?
It is 10:20.
Oh, we're late. All right.
Well, we got 3 minutes left on this. Somehow I don't think Patrick has a strict schedule. He said put him whenever.
Let me see if he is online.
Eat
Yeah,
it,
you
chicken.
can call him in. Like, that's fine. Like,
We can talk to him.
yeah. I can't hear him, but...
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Actually,
Is he not online?
no.
Okay, that's fine. I'll text him here in a second. Ken, where are you?
Hiding.
Stop.
It's a still a big map.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got someone rooting for me. They're gonna be severely disappointed.
Like on purpose?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Like they're rooting for you on purpose?
yeah.
They're just kind of confused. Or they don't appreciate all the trash talking that I've been trying to do. Ken deserves to win. Not because of skill or merit.
Because of pity.
Yeah.
And I'm alright with that.
Take what you can get.
Usually.
Yeah! See, I was supposed to scare you into thinking that I was going to shoot you.
I know you wouldn't say jack if you were behind me.
That's probably true, too.
Should make this interesting and say next kill just like wins the whole thing.
Ken, come on around the corner.
Be coming around the corner. You should shoot the chicken.
What was that, Alan? Choke
Taking
chicken?
Sebastian's advice.
No, no,
Turning
no.
around and running away.
Just running the fuck away.
You should not choke the chicken. Shoot the chicken.
I don't understand that euphemism.
Oh.
I like this gun.
Cool.
Aw.
You killed me in the spawn. Way to go.
To be fair, I don't know where the spawns are.
It was.
Well,
I
I
just
just
kept
died and then you shot me. So odds were I spawned.
Maybe you should look where you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should look where you're spawning.
Make better choices.
Yeah.
No.
Put one in
Can't,
the world for
you
your
can't make me.
short-sightedness.
Why would the game spawn him right there when
I am
like,
very short-sighted.
when the only other player is like
Oop. Oop, what am I doing? Stop. What was it? Oop. Ken. Ken, there's only 9 seconds.
Whatever, I'm already gonna lose. One kill won't do
Ken!
it. Oh! Clutch!
Close. That was much closer, that one.
Yeah. 4-6.
so maybe with more practice Ken might beat Ryan.
Next time.
We'll never know now.
Yeah.
Next time.
Going out on top, never doing the challenge again.
It's fine if you're
I
scared.
wasn't able to understand the question I heard.
We weren't talking to you.
Alexa, shut up.
Why yada?
Alexa, shut up. Well, see? So is he still not online?
Nope.
I don't know, want to play?
Alexa, tell us a joke.
I guess we'll just play until Patrick's online.
Well, let me text him and
What
stuff.
is
Yeah, that's fine.
Spider-Man's ideal job? A web designer.
Ha
That was not a good, that was not a good joke. That was not a good joke.
Alexa, that joke sucked.
I'm not sure what you meant by that question.
That wasn't a
It
question.
was obviously a statement.
Don't you know anything?
They need to add more cool stuff to that thing because it's kind of losing its.
They add stuff like every week.
I know, but we don't know what the heck it is. So.
Ryan gets emails.
Oh.
Why is my Chrome?
Sneaky
Yeah. Yeah.
Patrick says he's coming online right now.
Harry coming around the mountain.
Is that cleaned up over there?
Yes.
Should I move back over there, Ken?
That's fine.
Minimal lead.
Mute channel 4.
I left a bunch of lead in your seat.
Alan, pay attention.
Alan. Mute channel 4.
All right.
Yeah.
What about you, Ken? What channel are you on?
6.
Okay. Muted that one too. I'm muting. I'll leave this mic on right here for a minute.
All right, home stretch.
As we I'll probably pop over there too.
Sure.
Go for it.
We're gonna have the Patrick. Where is he? He's not here yet.
Go to recent. Did he?
Go to recent.
Okay, no. I thought
No.
he made.
No, he should pop up like right there, right?
I don't know what his... No, he's right there.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Should we call? I'll let you call.
Yeah, I'll handle it. I guess I'll keep this on for risk.
He said Skype rebooted without him, so
Well, it's to be expected. It certainly does.
This pad is not good. There's not
It-
enough acceleration for quick movements.
I think you can adjust that stuff. I actually like it.
I have to move my thumb over like. twice
No,
to get
so
the-
use it like a... Use it like something that's accelerated. Just, like, flick it to one side.
Flick it and it goes faster.
Like,
Yeah,
it
there's no
has
precision in
acceleration.
that. There's no precision in that. If I was making a quick move in a game, it would be like a move and then a move and then a move and then to get. To
Well,
where it is.
you could do a 180 by flicking it. It's just not, like,
But
you're...
then where do you stop?
I think it's something you'll get used to.
Yeah, it's something to get used to.
Hey Ken, I'm turning this thing off.
Actually, bring that over here. Bring me my toy.
The 3D printer.
No, the 3D printed.
Your toys.
My friend sent me a message and said, dude, this guy's untested.
Well.
Talking about me?
No, Patrick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why do we use Skype instead of Google Hangouts? Because Skype's better. It's disappointing that that thing won't come off.
We'll figure out a way.
What's the key for that? There's got to be some...
I don't know. So who says someone says something needs to be adjusted? I don't know what they're talking about necessarily.
Chris and M. I don't know, Chris, what you're talking about.
Oh, the acceleration probably.
Oh, yeah.
3D printed a second one on our awesome 3D printer.
I can put them next to each other.
I think
I'm
it's
curious.
the same size.
The other one's a little bigger. It's more oblong.
This one is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not quite round at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
But only one of them is. Only one is made of delicious edible orange.
Yeah.
It's made out of orange Smarties. If you could 3D
Patrick
print
says,
the
"Can you
Smarties,
see
I'd
him
be
now?"
down with that.
Yeah, I can.
You can?
Hey, Patrick.
Hey, man.
How's it going?
Outside of seeing a blank square where I would expect you and Alan to be, I'm good.
Are we not sending video back, Ken?
There we go.
How about now?
Should be. It was for a second. Huh. Skype is Skyping.
It's okay.
As it turns
Apparently,
out.
my internet woes are contagious. Or excuse me, my computer woes.
Yeah.
Huh.
Where you're like, oh, that's... Why did it start doing that? Oh, you can't see. You're just seeing the reflection of
Yeah.
in there. Just a second ago, it basically said, installing every update that you never knew about
Nice.
because you're trying to be online at this moment.
Do we have a fix for that, Ken, or are we just going to go?
Just go.
let me try calling him back real quick.
Let's try
Just
calling you
see.
back real quick, just see if we can
All right.
get that. What was it doing, Ken?
It's not actually giving me the option to video call Patrick. So I don't know.
Fascinating. Can
Yeah.
you see my video?
Yeah.
Yeah, we see
yours
your
fine.
video just fine.
Well, you have a lot of fun, doing weird stuff with me then.
Yeah.
Imagine that Skype isn't working 100%.
Under pressure.
It feels like it. Yeah.
Inconceivable.
Really, really close.
So how's your Sunday been, Patrick?
Good.
Yeah?
How you holding up?
Good. We are 10 hours and 29 minutes into this live stream.
This is epic, man.
We are
You
everything.
and Alan are still talking?
Yeah. Everybody's still good. We had Jimmy John's sandwiches. Ken and I have had a couple of beers. We played some games. We've interviewed some people.
Ryan just took out his aggressions on Ken.
Yeah, we played some Counter-Strike.
Oh, Ken, are you okay, man? Is there anything I can do?
I think I'll be all right with time.
Ken was
Because,
using...
a lot of people say the worst thing isn't the incredible beating you took from Ryan, but the mere fact that Ryan beat you in a video game is so unprecedented the way he speaks about his video game play.
And the fact that it was streamed, so I can't deny it.
Right,
Is really going to be. Is really going to be a
But
thing.
Ken was on a Steam controller, and Ryan was on a mouse. So
I didn't offer up the challenge.
I know.
I thought it was gutsy of him to do the challenge.
It was
right?
definitely
He
his
said, "How
mistake.
about I play with the Steam controller?" He said, "I think I can still beat you in Counter-Strike if I use Steam controller and you get to use mouse and keyboard." And I said, "Bring it."
It was a surprisingly.
And it
even
got broaded.
match.
It got broaded.
brought it.
Did you realize just exactly how profoundly awful it would be to play using the Steam controller, or did that not come about until later on?
Pretty bad.
So I realized that Friday when I was setting it up, I was like, I've made a huge mistake, but I just have to lean directly into this.
That's the spirit, Ken. I'm proud of you.
You can't see our video, so I was going to show you this, but we also 3D printed a BB-8 plastic droid. We're having an issue. What do you call this again, Ken?
The raft.
The raft of the print, right, is very difficult to break off, and I don't know what we're doing wrong.
is known as the raft of
Well, you could saw it off, or you could use a nail file. You could file it off, you could saw it off, you could cut it off.
Yeah. But the first couple of them we did, Ken, I felt like the raft came off really easily. But this one on this guy is not so much. So anyway, what have you been doing, man? Like, you got TechThing, TEKTHING.com up and running.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? I am curious about something. You guys do one show a week, right?
Yes. But it's a glorious show.
It is, but like, I'm more curious, like, what the production is like. How much, like, are you guys recording every day and then compiling that in? Do you guys record on one day?
No, we use a production style that is lovingly embraced in the finest production, or I should say, broadcasting schools in the United States, known as Grip It and Rip It. We do. It's really interesting. One of the funny side effects of working with Darren and Shannon, aka Team Hack 5 or the Hack 5 crew, is that when they decide to do something, they get really feral about it, especially Darren. And Darren at one point decided he wanted to be able to switch the show himself, right? So there's a full professional scale switching deck with the I'm firing up the starship. Did you forget to take the parking brake off, Lieutenant kind of mode there? And so he wired what technically is a to go from arcade buttons to a USB adapter, and then key mapped that so we can switch between single, double.
Boy, do I have the
and a
product for
shop.
him.
What's that?
Boy, do I have the product
Hey,
for him.
Ken, pass me that. It's right over there.
Yeah, don't
So-
throw it.
You may have the product for him, but he already basically turned $12 worth of arcade buttons and a $25 adapter.
Patrick can't see
Ken
it.
has to
remember.
switch
Oh
to
yeah,
me.
he can't see it.
Patrick-
I essentially did
look.
the.
They're even.
Wait, that cat looks very angry.
Yeah, so these are even backlit buttons.
I essentially did the same thing with broadcast buttons.
Right.
Yeah.
With
Oh,
switcher
that's perfect.
buttons.
Yeah,
It's very fancy.
It's something.
it's close to fancy.
So we write the show, we pre-produce, we do product reviews, testing. We try not to do too much news unless it's super, super major, like we talked about Mobile World Congress, because, oh my God,
Right.
Samsung and LG and Intel, oh my. But for the most part, because, we shoot the show now on Tuesdays, we release it on Wednesday afternoons. Wednesday afternoons, most people get it Thursday morning, in internet time. That 36-hour delay is approximately 1,000 years.
Yes.
So we don't do too much of the news that way. But we post news stories that interest us up on Facebook and stuff. But we usually at this point I run script. Shannon runs, I run prompter. Shannon runs the switches, and then Shannon edits the show, and then I do the rendering and post the show and show notes and stuff. So
That seems like an interesting distribution of things. I don't know if I'd be able to. So Ken, right at this point, Ken basically does all the recording, editing, posting, but then we, I
We
don't.
produce
Tag
it
team
together.
everything else.
Yeah, I mean, we produce together. We figure out what order things are going in and how we're going to talk about it. One of the benefits, well, it's depending on how you look at it, is we don't script anything here, right? we did 12 hours worth of live streaming, and I had really very little scripted on
There's
what
no
I was going
talking
to talk
points.
about. There's no talking points on anything.
There's just here we got to call this guy.
It's like we're going to call Patrick, and what are we going to talk about? I'm like, I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go.
See, I was ready. I was ready to talk about, like, you know, is a dual core 4-thread i3 going to actually suffice to, you know, to make games that want quad core processors actually function. But I mean, when you're doing, like, you can structure out like a 12-hour show, and a lot of people do, right? You know, if you're talking about like a telethon, they map everything out. Oop, can you not hear me? Or?
Yeah, we're good.
we got you.
Okay. There was and I thought maybe I dropped out or something. But the other thing is for us, what we're trying to do is like 30 dense minutes. Because if you take 30 minutes of content and spread it out over an hour and a half, you basically just fatigue the snot out of the audience.
Sure.
That said, you know, you guys, when you do something, you go fairly deep on it, and you go fairly deep and detailed and fairly meticulously organized. It's one of the fun things about doing This Week in Computer Hardware with you. You know, and it's also why I've fundamentally given up on graphics testing, because I've realized that I'm approximately a decade behind, and I'm never going to catch up no matter how hard I try.
I feel like with all the stuff we talked about this past week with DX12 and all the Windows Store, I feel like I'm already a decade behind again on what's going to happen here in 2016. So I feel you on there. I do want to bring that up because that was an interesting email you sent me. I didn't get a chance to reply yet this weekend about the dual core hyper-threaded stuff. So you're trying to build a
another $400 gaming PC,
right?
Which, with the list of parts I had, you can actually do an Intel Core i3, a 750 Ti. You can't, you know, it's like $430 with a GTX 950. It's like $392 for a 750 Ti. And what you're talking about is like a Core i3, a decent motherboard. ECS makes that fairly bomb-proof motherboard. 8 gigabytes of RAM, a terabyte drive, a 500 watt power supply. The case, you know, I feel, you know, when I'm not spending $180 on little tiny mini ITX cases because they're the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life, and I want one desperately, and I never ever do that with PC builds. I feel like I was put on this planet to teach people how to recycle, you know, PC cases they found on the curb on trash day, or on the $5 pile at Goodwill. But it's interesting because you can get, if you want a Core i5, like, you know, you're looking at probably, I can't figure out a Core i5 build for under $500, give or take. Like, I might be able to get it down to $480, but to get it into that $390/430 range, you can do a Core i3, which is a dual core 4-thread, but not hyper-threaded processor.
No, it is hyper-threaded, right?
It is hyper-threaded. One of the articles about it said it wasn't hyper-threaded, which made no sense to me. I was like, how can it have 4 threads and 2 cores but not be hyper-threaded?
Yeah, no, it's definitely that. So it's interesting. Like,
I mean, if you're playing a game that uses 4 threads, like, you should still be okay with that CPU.
It will still, like, so I think the issue was it Far Cry 3 or Far Cry 4 that came out, and
Far Cry
4 that actually blocked you from running the game if you only had 2 cores.
Which is just vile.
Well, with hyperthreading it was fine. I think the issue was that Pentium processor.
Oh.
The Pentium G3060, 3260, whatever it was, a very popular kind of $75 processor that was really popular for super budget builders.
Yeah.
But it only had 2 cores non-hyperthreaded.
Right.
So it was blocked out. But the 6100 should do just fine with that. I'm trying to find that on ARC here. Let's see. 6100.
Isn't it like a 3.1 gigahertz processor?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. There it is. There's the non-mobile version. So it's a dual core 4-thread. So it absolutely has hyperthreading in there, with a box price of $117. So. Yeah, I mean, that's
pretty good.
That will run any of those games that require 4 threads. That will absolutely power it. Now, will it do it as well as a true quad-core processor? No,
right.
But of course not, right? So,
but that's also gets, you know, if we do that with a 750 Ti, it gets us in there for like just under. It's funny because the consoles have come down in price to about $350, $400 if you got a decent bundle or a 1 terabyte drive.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of then you could turn around in a couple years and upgrade to a Core i5 or just bite the bullet. And I was thinking it would be fun to do that $400 build and then look at the benchmarks. If you add in a 950 and a true quad core processor and bring that price up to $500. But it amazes me how much computer you get for what fundamentally amounts to no money.
I'm looking
as he looks over
email.
at the stack of Raspberry Pis 3s and $9 chip PCs over here, because the children were running wild earlier and my knapsack was open.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the list of hardware. I mean, it's still more expensive than an Xbox One or a PS4, as you noted here, but it's really
useful.
Close.
I mean,
really
it may not have the glorious video capabilities of an Xbox One. Sorry, I may have been mocking something there.
Look, it can play. Your PC build will definitely be able to play 720p games, frame capped at 30.
Yes.
Like an Xbox One.
Yeah.
Just like an Xbox. Yeah. So it is at a minimum.
And you'll be able to do your homework on it, and you can pay your taxes on it, and you can actually use it for other things.
Okay, paying taxes is not a positive.
No.
We'll move past that one.
Okay.
I'd much rather pay taxes on the Xbox.
I want a PC that cannot run TurboTax.
That could probably be done.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I can call a friend of mine and have a Linux box.
Yeah, just install Linux.
Doorstep, like a Linux mod that will prevent it from loading anything with like decimal points.
Oh man. So is that a project you're doing for Tech Thing to try to build that super budget gaming machine?
It started. Michael and I started talking about doing possibly like restarting. We started possibly Unsafe, which was our extension to the show we used to do called Die Tryin', and like 7 things happened in the space of a month. Michael's roommate decided to get married and give up the lease on their apartment, which meant the rent was going to go from $2,800 a month to approximately $4,500 a month.
San Francisco, no.
Yeah, well, it was a really a small but nice Victorian in one of the nicest blocks near UCSF, which is basically saying there's a whole bunch of people who make ridiculous amounts of money in San Francisco that would like to live on that block, and there's a whole bunch of medical students who are have parents with a whole bunch of money that would like to live on that block.
Right.
Plus all the other college options there. So there was no way the landlord was going to transfer that lease for less than market value, which would have been a minimum of probably $4,500. So Michael had I was like, come on, it's time, move to Oakland, dude. It's time to move to the East Bay. But he had to do that. His dad was sick. Some other stuff happened, and then he got a full-time job. And we're just now turning around and going, yeah, let's make some stuff. You want to make some stuff? Yeah, I want to make some stuff. And we were laughing because the video we did, the screw the Xbox One and the PS4, we're building a $400 gaming machine, is a biscuit away. Like last time I saw it, it was like a biscuit under 2 million views on YouTube.
It's amazing how that works. We did a PC build that was like, build a PC to beat the Xbox One or PS4. And then we did it right before those consoles launched.
Yeah, it's at like 2.2 million.
Yeah, and it's our most viewed video easily, right? It's amazing how if you go into the let's help everybody hate this thing, how popular.
Hate monger.
We were helping all the haters.
Oh no, I never tried to think about it.
Honestly, was not the goal at the time.
I'm the Donald Trump of the tech world.
Oh no.
Oh, I gotta go take that video down.
But you're moving in that direction.
Yeah.
You could build a career on less.
That's true. That's true.
First of all, you have much better hair than he does. Second of all, you actually say the same thing twice and mean the same thing in the same way.
Now, hold on. I promised everybody on the stream we weren't going to
we can't
get into the politics side of it.
We're not getting into politics. I'm making fun of a guy who was a scumbag landlord when I lived in New York City.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I threatened if people didn't donate to our Patreon that we were going to simulcast the CNN debate tonight and just talk over that.
Mystery Science Theater 3000
MST3K style, yeah.
Oh my goodness! Let's move away from YouTube and politics. No, it's been it's also funny because looking at performance, as most people are still stuck at 1080p for their monitors, I just look at the performance jump between a 750 Ti and a 950 GTX 950, and I'm like, what? Really? Holy crap! Which is highly technical terms for wow. We're not quite scaling at full-on Moore's Law level, but boy, that's a pretty nice increase.
Yeah, it really is
in performance for your $150 GPU purchase price.
And I know
in the space of less than a year.
Just this week, I think we saw I don't know if it's leaks or just an announcement that wasn't really from NVIDIA about a newer version of the GTX 950 that's like lower power, doesn't require a 6-pin power connector anymore. Is that right?
Yeah,
Sebastian?
it had a 75 watt max TDP, same as the 750 Ti, so you can run it on just motherboard power.
But pricing wise, it was the same as the 950.
I'm not sure about pricing. It's currently on the Asus website. It's the Asus GTX 950 2G. Okay. And you can read the
name
specs.
that just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. I couldn't find it on Amazon or anything where listed yet, but the listing is active on their website, the retail side.
Interesting. So. Okay. All right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we're doing, obviously, I keep talking about it. Eventually, we're going to do it. I think this coming week is the time when we get into our VR builds and stuff. And what was it? I think the minimum price we've really been able to find. I don't want to say like minimum because every time I say minimum, like some asshat leaves a comment on the post about, well, if you did it with this deal, you could get $24 off with this. And I'm just like, oh my God. Okay, it's like close.
I always forget that Ryan can curse because,
I don't do it on Twitch, right?
I don't either on those shows. But then you say something, and I'm like, that's right. I've heard him use 4-letter words before. This is great.
They only come out and say that after. Like after we found.
Well, to be fair, I'm not soliciting their feedback beforehand.
What I enjoy are the people making comments on that how to beat an Xbox One video we did 2.5 years ago. Like, just use this processor. Well,
if you looked at the date, it was 2.5 years ago. But anyway, like a very close to lowest price, meeting the minimum spec from Oculus or Vive, and it's like $900 to $1,000.
Yeah.
Okay, that's less than I would have thought.
Yeah. And again, kind of like and I think most people are doing this, like we don't really include the price of the OS in that, and sometimes I think that may be a slight on people for not really taking that into account. I don't know, but a lot of people get their OSs another way, or they have their OSs, and we'll just leave it at that. But $900 plus a $600 Oculus Rift or an $800 HTC Vive is a significant investment. Still.
Yes. Especially since there's approximately 2 games for them right now.
Well, they're each going to ship with 2 games, and I'm looking forward to. Is it the HTC Vive that comes with the
tilt brush?
No. Which one comes with like the simulator? Job
simulator.
Is that HTC's?
Job simulator.
And it's like moving staplers around and stuff, and it actually looks funny. I don't know how long it will be amusing for. But,
$1,500 worth of hardware so I can move a stapler around. Yeah, the spousal acceptance factor on that one is unmeasurable without scientific instruments.
See, all you got to do, here's what I think. I can't prove this yet, but I'm pretty sure if you put the spouse into the demo, like the best demo that you have, right? And they get wowed by it, they're going to be more accepting to
They're not going to be accepting of $1,500, though.
They don't have to know. They just have to know, like, look, you don't really need to know how much it was,
but your wife knows far too well that when she takes off the device and she looks at you and she's probably thinking, okay, how much does this cost? It feels expensive.
It's a business expense.
Typical. Everything I buy is business expense, and that's what goes by for her. Yeah. And I say, no, I need this for work.
I need this.
I need this.
I need this.
I need this, as it turns out.
Yeah.
So
when I want it doesn't work, I need it always trumps. I want it.
I want that thing.
Yeah.
That philosophy is not going to work well with the children, but I'll let you find that out later. You've got a couple years.
I'm still, that's the thing, is I'm still like in she's a baby, she can't really demand things that cost money yet other than food and clothing.
And the occasional, trip to the doctor, that sort of thing.
Yeah, we've got good insurance, so trust me, I've hit that deductible a long time ago. But yeah, I understand it will be more expensive into the future. I mean, to be fair, I had like babysitting. You don't really have that output on that because babysitting is expensive, as it turns out. Like childcare, Woof.
Right, child care
Oof.
expense is the reason I'm not working.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's
It was like my wife and I
just-
talked, and it was like, I'll just stay home and watch him. You work.
yeah.
Yeah, I just found out what it turns out that I guess Massachusetts, Colorado, and a third state I cannot remember are actually all more expensive in terms of childcare than California.
Really?
Yeah, my cousin's paying, and my cousin who lives in outside of Denver's paying like $1,800 a month for not particularly special. Like
Right.
it's not like fancy. That's like a deal.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's just unpleasant. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it gets up there. Patrick, do you have time to play any games? Do you get to play any games these days?
I sneak them in here and there. I've had a very a couple of things happen in my late 20s, early 30s, and one of the things that happened was I came to the startling realization that my idea of a reasonable session of gameplay is like 12 hours. I mean, I will pause and go to the bathroom rather than defecate on myself to finish a level. But thank you. But like with many other things in my life, I believe an unreasonable allegiance to hammering yourself against a problem over and over again is perfectly normal and healthy. Yeah, I can hear the snickering in the background. I mean, it's a useful professional and life skill, but at some point I came to the realization that my ability to stay married to the beautiful woman who is now the mother of my 2 children was going to be predicated on me. If I was going to spend 12 hours doing something stupid, it should probably be doing something stupid that either benefits her or generally benefits something other than my desperate need to stomp other people into the next universe involving a large penis-like video game gun.
Yeah.
So, I play stuff. I play a lot of smaller games now. Some of the indie stuff's been really interesting. I'm gonna anger a bunch of people and say the phone games are fun, but I don't really, despite the fact that a lot of the stuff on my phone is vastly more sophisticated and containing significantly better design and gameplay than all of the stuff I grew up stuffing quarters into in the arcade. I have to be really careful because video games, I'll just sit down and be gone. So I tend to do short battle-based stuff.
Get that
And
Pac-Man
automotive
365
stuff
going.
where I can. Oh, go ahead.
Pac-Man 365. You played that at all?
I have not.
You
I've
should
not
try
even
that.
heard of Pac-Man 365.
365 is pretty good.
It's another number than that.
It's not 365. 360.
Pac-Man 720.
Pac-Man something.
Pac-Man
256.
3.124.
Pac-Man 256. I'm
Pac-Man
sorry.
1, and then you have to spell out the word 1.
Pac-Man 256 is a good one. If you're going back to core smashing days, that's a good option.
Yeah, it's been alright because part of it's also especially with the kids. If I have a choice between spending 4 hours with my kids and 4 hours stuffed into a video game or a book, I'm probably going to spend 4 hours with my kids or with the book.
Yeah.
Not that I have, and you'll discover this shortly, Ryan. The volume of laundry increases
God.
exponentially. You get I don't know, 1.5 pounds of laundry per ounce of child, and it increases in some sort of exponential, crazy geometric logarithmic scale that I haven't quite identified.
The worst part for her is her clothes are so small that doing the laundry is a pain. It's not that she has so much of it, but it's all these things are tiny, and you're folding
socks
and you're
together.
rolling socks, and you're trying to you're trying to get the sleeves back in the right way. It's these are so small, so hard to do.
It's your hand doesn't even fit.
I have a
the
baby
shirt.
laundry basket, and I still, one little load has 50 items in it.
Yeah.
You bring it upstairs.
Yeah.
And
Maybe-
socks, baby
Not counting the
socks.
socks.
This kid should stop spitting up on himself, so I don't have to wash his clothes as often.
Baby socks
Just
are
wait
so
until
much.
you've been vomited 4 times on and vomited on 4 times with, when the kid comes into your bed and vomits in your bed, then they vomit later on themselves, and they vomit on themselves and you, and then they vomit later on that night in their bed, and you realize you've done 6 loads of laundry that were just unexpected surprise laundry due to a short-term temporary stomach virus that's gone in 24 hours. And you're like, what?
I'd say after about load 5, I would just be wearing the puke clothes. Me and the kid will pass out somewhere together,
Yeah.
covered in our own vomit.
Yeah, that's a stirring image. It really is. So
Don't worry, you'll get there. It'll happen.
I know you have a lot more experience with the 3D printing stuff than I do, and I'm curious, like, you can't see it, but we built this. That took 8 hours to print this, first of all. Right, on the printer we have. Do you think 3D printing is like every house is going to have it type of tech?
That's an interesting question. And I'm gonna reserve judgment. I was really fascinated that Mattel resurrected the ThingMaker brand. Thingy Maker.
What the hell was it called?
I think it's ThingMaker.
Yeah, but like, it used to be like the little plastic molding, rubber doodads.
Right.
And then they've basically they've taken this brand, this like 50-year-old brand, 50-year-old brand, and repurposed it for 3D printing, which on one hand is absolutely brilliant. And they've partnered with I want to say Altic Lansing, but that is not the name of the 3D. Thank you. It's been a long day involving a lot of mayhem, and my brain's not really what it was at 6 o'clock this morning.
I know that feel.
So I'm really curious. This is, it's $300, which puts it, less expensive than a console, more expensive than the typical toy, but it's going to be everywhere. And you can argue right now that 3D printers are everywhere, but they're everywhere online. They're everywhere in Radio Shack. You can kind of find one if you're searching around for UPS or something like that. But this will be an actual hey, this is for kids and the family, and they're either going to get it right, or it's going to, it's kind of going to be like that '77 Oldsmobile where they modified a 350 Chevy engine to burn diesel and fundamentally destroyed the diesel consumer vehicles in America for the next 20 years. I should say diesel cars in America for the United States basically just were non-starters because a bunch of idiots tried to turn a Chevy 350 engine. And feel free to email me with the exact details, but I'm not talking about the 6.2 diesel that came out from GMC, but there was basically a horrible, bad attempt to turn what basically amounted to a gas engine into a diesel engine, and it was so horrendous, and the returns were just so voluminous, and the problems were so unhinged with this engine that it fundamentally killed any hopes of diesel showing up in consumer or showing up in cars for the better part of 20 years until VW and Audi
until my TDI killed it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. But I think of this product. I know a lot of people who are much earlier adopters, either because of it was their beat at the place they were working, or just because they had vast amounts of disposable income. And they're kind of in two places where they have sort of this detente where they've figured out all of the nuances of making and 3D printing and design, or they're just so pissed off at it and they're stepping away from it until it cleans its act up. 3D printing, when you stop pissing in the corner, you'll be allowed back into the house. Wish you could see my wife's facial expression right now. And it's going to be interesting to see, because this is going to be a very high profile, major consumer manufacturer, because the printers are cheap at this point. They're not that expensive to make. But if it works and kids open up the box this fall or at Christmas and they launch the software and they hit the button and the weird little necklace comes out, or the weird little robot monster things comes out, and it doesn't come out melted to the side because of the issues with the what have you run into this far? It's the bottom of the 3D print separated. The 3D print, the heating wasn't correct, so it tilted to the side. Or, oh my goodness, the thing is out of alignment, so it ripped the first 3 layers off, and then I didn't find out until it had printed this giant mess of filament onto the board. Oh, the filament's not sticking. Oh, the filament's coming out too fast. Or the filament's coming out too slow. Or, gee, I should have selected a different. There's all these little ways for 3D printing to go wrong. And it's very. And even when it goes right, there's moments where I'm literally looking at this widget that I've printed, and one part of me is oh my goodness, this. I hit a button and it materialized out of nowhere. It took 4.5 hours to materialize out of nowhere, but nonetheless, it's still very space age. I'm living in a Neil Stephenson novel. I'm living in whatever science fiction fantasy is your personal favorite. And the other part of me is like, God, if the grain on this was half as thick and, it wouldn't look like crap and I wouldn't have to spend 4.5 hours with sandpaper, or a little bit of like a Dremel tool smoothing this out to the point where it doesn't look like ass. And the other thing is the 3D printing enthusiasts that are kind of on the leading edge is like, well, all you need is what basically amounts to a $5,000 printer and it solves all those problems, which is like, great. So we need that $5,000 printer, that technology to become, $500 technology. All of that said, there's Neil Stephenson has a really good idea where every house, every house has a, this one of his, more fascinating kind of more far-reaching novels. And the idea is all of your material goods in your house comes out of what basically amounts to a magic box. I want these clothes, I want those shoes, I want this thing, I want that. And it's, this incredible replicator that works at nano level can print out pretty much anything. Computers, shoes, belts, whatever. And at that point, I think everybody has one of those in their house. There's a whole lot of steps in between, I could print out a weird plastic thingy, and I can print out every consumer good I want to I want in my life. Because there's part of me there's stuff I can print out now where it's like, gosh, if this thing would do structural metal, I can actually print out car parts, and that would be awesome. But they can't. It's coming. Somebody printed out in 1911. That wasn't plastic, but it was actual we printed out metal. We printed steel. And it's structural. Somebody, an engineer, because engineers do math, right? And the really brave engineers do math, and then put their lives, or in this case, their entire right hand. Certainly, I would assume after extensive testing and extensive math, but there's so much possibility, but so much of it is so far out on the horizon. I mean, I'm still trying to wrestle with the fact that the Bloomberg analyst basically said a big story by one of the Bloomberg analysts basically said that electric cars will be at the same price. And Ryan, don't let this impact your Tesla purchasing, but in 2022, electric and gas, electric and internal combustion vehicles will be at price parity, which is way earlier than I thought it was going to be. When I don't know if that's because of the Gigafactory coming online or some I haven't been able to find the report to get deep enough into the weeds to figure out why all of a sudden the cost of electric vehicles is going to drop by 30% or 50%, whatever the VIG is on that 30-something%. But it's interesting to watch, because every time I think things are slowing down, some breakthrough happens somewhere and the technology leaps forward, and I'm just like, wait a minute, it wasn't that long ago that long distance was expensive and required wires and was mechanically switched. So you're telling me
I'm pretty bullish on it. I think that this is a very important tech that will be in all kinds of places. Yep. Mm-hmm. In its current form, what is the value of printing this out? There's not really.
I'm creating cheap plastic toys and or doodads.
Yeah, or things
and
that
occasionally
end up in
functional parts.
Right. But we needed a GoPro mount for our GoPro. We printed one out. Right. A headphone holder for a desk. You can print one of those out, right? So there's a handful of things where this is actually useful for, and we're in a use case.
I've replicated, a nail in a wall, and a $12 piece of plastic I couldn't wait to show up for on Amazon with my. How much did you spend on this printer? Get back to me on this one.
$349.
Okay, and
we didn't spend jack.
Yeah, well,
you understand though, right? This is
Yeah.
one of this is $349 to replace X amount of plastic consumer goods that may or may not last and endure better if you purchase the actual ones off of Amazon.
Yeah, it's still very much in the toy stage.
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
and the difference between men and boys is the price of their toys, or girls and women. But and that's just it, right? Because so much of it is, for me, like for me personally, at some point I need to have some kind of functional relationship with the tools that are required to create the 3D models or the 3D files to print, because that's one of the big problems for me. Is there's things I would like to be able to print, but they require me to actually be able to break through whatever I remember before and after in terms of learning word processing, and this is somewhat more complicated. And every time they try to make it easier with doing simpler software, it seems to make it even less functional. So there's I think I don't know. There's lots of stuff I can look at Thingiverse, be like, I would have put that, would have put that, and would have put that, and would have put that. The boys like that. That's really cool. Look at that. Let's do that. We'll mount on that, and that'll be awesome. And and all of a sudden you burn through like $700 worth of filament. And you're like, wow. This is just like I'd gone to the dollar store and bought all the cheap crap.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah. All right. Patrick.
Hey,
did I not cheer you up?
No.
I'm sorry.
Before we go, there's like 20 people in the chat have asked what headset that is.
Oh, yeah.
This is an HD 25-2, which is a Sennheiser, a really nice set of headsets. Technically, they're like electronic news gathering headphones. They're a really nice on-ear headphone that's traditionally used in broadcast. And this is Sennheiser's basically sportscaster version of it. The NFL used to use these, ESPN used to use these, all over Europe for sports broadcasting. They do not make these anymore. They've replaced them with a newer model, which is a shame because I would kill to have another pair or two of these. But basically, it's a professional sports broadcasting headset.
The mic sounds great enough.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a fantastic mic. This mic, the amount of noise rejection on this, I've been at CES with this on with the show floor completely berserk, and it'll pretty much reject everything.
Yeah.
Out this way, which is always kind of mind blowing to me.
Very cool.
That's cool.
So,
Patrick, where can people find you these days if they wanted
assuming
to?
you aren't completely horrified with what you've seen today. Or this evening, techthing.com, TEKTHING.com, or youtube.com/techthing, or This Week in Computer Hardware. You can find Ryan and I discussing hardware, and
That's the name of the class.
where else? AVXL, which Robert and Harrod and I just got our legendary. 1 year after our initial announcement, we finally got the podcast started. So AVEXCEL.com. We talk about home theater and home entertainment and audio gear.
Awesome.
So any of those would suffice if you're looking for information and knowledge and amusement, or if you just want to download a video and go, oh God, I wasted bits on this. That's an alternative.
Thank God I don't have data caps. I feel that way all the time with a lot of things we do. Patrick, thank you very much for joining us. I know it's a Sunday night out there, and for bringing us down into the home stretch here. We're less than an hour to go, so.
My pleasure. Who's up? Who's bringing the final stretch?
All of us. We're gonna play Risk. We're gonna play the game Risk on a.
Hey, wait,
touchscreen
Patrick,
PC.
don't laugh. There's a
I'm
tech
jealous.
twist.
There's
It's
a
a
method to
it's a
our madness.
Lenovo all-in-one
gonna
PC
say.
that sits on the table. That's all electronic.
Yeah.
It would be perfect is if you could actually add in someone remotely to that. I would totally play Risk with you.
That would be
remotely.
pretty. That would be an interesting feature.
Next
For
time.
sure.
We'll figure
That's
it
what
out.
the internet is for, enabling
Shouldn't
people
that
to
game do
play
that?
Risk across country.
I have at some point played the Windows 95 CD version of Monopoly over VNC.
Oh
A
no.
bunch of people connected.
Over VNC.
It was
that's
mostly
awesome.
a shit show.
What we should do is
man.
3D print an avatar of Patrick and have him on the table with us
See,
to
yeah,
play Risk.
there you go.
And we'll
We could have
have
wasted
him
8 hours on that.
via like text message tell us what the next move will be.
Take a
So
picture.
have
send it
you
to them.
guys made some kind of pact that you're going to stop playing Risk in 60 minutes?
No.
Because no one's ever finished a game of Risk
Well,
in
see,
less than
you don't
like
have to
9
manually roll
hours.
the dice on this one, so I say we finish the game.
Yeah.
We'll finish it.
Let's see, I've been awake since 4:15 a.m. Eastern time, so why
Yeah.
not play all night long?
Exactly. Exactly. Patrick, thank you very much, sir.
My pleasure.
I'll see you later this week.
All right, man. Take
See you,
care,
man.
gentlemen. Good luck with the Risk game.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Right.
All right, everybody. That is it for guests.
Who's playing Drumpf?
All right,
The
we've
Risk
got a
game.
bit of setup here.
All right, let's do our setup.
Probably.
So we want to put it on this table.
Yeah.
Gonna be right here.
Sebastian, can you grab the all-in-one and I'll get the cords ready?
Let's move some stuff out of the way.
Untether myself.
Give us a second, guys. Don't forget, we still have one more giveaway. We have two. This is actually cool. We have two OCZ Tryon 150 480 gig SSDs to give away. So stick with us and watch the hilarity ensue as I own these noobs in Risk.
I have not played Risk in 10 years, and I barely know how to play it then.
I don't.
Well, this will be great.
I don't think I've ever played Risk.
What?
No.
Really?
Man, I love this group.
This is going to be an amazing game.
Yes. Right here is.
Sebastian
Alan,
looks
move.
kind of stoned.
Alan, move. Alan, move. Just set it down and then you push it down.
You gotta fold the
explains why it's like-
you gotta fold the thingy up.
You push it down. Don't tell us how to compute.
Surprised it didn't stay like that. I heard it click.
So that's why it stayed like that.
this.
What I mean is,
Ken, did you happen to mute me?
No.
I'm just going to go for it.
Go for it.
when he carried it over, the stand was extended for some reason.
Because they're standing up.
Oh.
Stand.
Yeah. Okay.
You fool.
Good thing that's a breakaway cable.
Yeah. Otherwise known as a connector, which has now been irrevocably weakened.
As an XLR connector.
No.
If you pull hard enough, it just unhooks itself.
Alan, can you do me a favor and adjust that camera to kind of look down on the board?
I gotta unplug.
Yep, that's fine. Don't care anymore.
Where are we putting the board?
Like right there.
That's it?
There-ish.
There-ish. All
They
right.
all have to be in the corner.
So what was my game? How do I turn this on? Ken's mic's on, right? Now it's on. We're good, guys. How do I start this game, Alan?
Oh, I just tilted it for something. And you need to make it go up. Oh, you weren't fast enough.
What?
Do it again.
It's an infuriating little game.
No, you need the light that lit needs to be up
How far do I have to tilt it?
so that it's up.
Like straight up?
Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
That's a lot of twisting. Whoa.
That was the one behind you.
Yeah, it was the white one.
What? Oh.
So when you hear that, doot, it's like tilted up and then no.
Oh, okay. So there's a white one down there.
You're leaning it towards you.
Yeah.
So it has to be flat to start.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
What's that one?
Go ahead. There you go. It's probably not completely necessary, just difficult.
That's hard to do.
You win.
I won! This sounds like
I don't
I'm
understand
so
why you're
proud of
twisting
you.
it all the way around to make it up and when you could just go like that.
Well, what's the difference of doing that versus the difference of doing that? Zero.
You're trying to make the second one look harder than it was.
Look,
It's like
180 degrees is 180 degrees.
right, but you
That's
are.
just
What I'm
math.
saying is you're already going this way. So if you go one step that way, you're now
Oh, I see what you
1/4 of the way there, which means you were 540 degrees from the other way.
You're 500 degrees.
Like stream that straight out from the thing.
I can. I have capture.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah,
Like
yeah.
that's not a big deal. It's just if it looked fine, like whatever.
could just be us sitting around it, not just
Yeah.
on the screen.
Were we gonna?
Right.
Here, Ryan, can you, Ryan, can someone take this and put it over there? It's got a USB extension on it. It's long enough just to make sure it doesn't snag. Because that's not a connector, that's just a hardwired solder cable.
Oh, wonderful. No pressure at all.
Yeah.
Alan does know how to solder, though, so it'd be fine.
It was his soldering.
Okay, so my mic's still on.
Yeah.
This is kind of tangled.
What we're gonna do during this is we're kind of gonna.
So,
We're gonna kind of do some Q&A through this. If you got stuff in the chat.
yeah.
Kelly says she wants that Simon game.
So, I'm going to call Scott. I don't know if Josh is around, but we can kind of
that Simon game.
get people in here.
Unrelated. Is there a way for us to increase the brightness on this screen, Ken?
I do not know.
I would use the brightness control.
Oh.
Which is accessible through the Microsoft Windows 10 PC settings.
Oh,
There we go. We're on the side here.
Tell me if Josh responds in the chat.
Look at that.
There you go. Thank you.
Hey, Scott.
That's the first time I've ever swiped that stupid thing onto the screen.
It works really well on a tablet, like a
It's-
touchscreen.
yeah.
I like that stuff, but
It's almost as if it was designed for just
like
for
a
the-
touch-first interface. You
for,
mean?
yeah, for those occasions.
Steven Sinofsky knew what he was doing.
Yeah, we could go with that.
Thank you to Joseph Clark for pledging $5.07 to our Patreon.
Thank you, Joe.
507.
Also, I appreciate your name.
507. I don't know.
What's the significance
I
of the
don't know.
507?
I don't want to know.
That Ken, is that chat or the Skype?
What about it?
It's not showing on the stream. It's just blocking your monitor.
No.
Yeah.
Flip the thingy to the wrist.
Make sure that has. Yeah. There you go.
Not that thingy.
What?
That thingy.
Oh, yeah.
That thingy.
Yeah.
Should probably do it. And does this have volume?
Hold on.
What's this button?
I don't have the audio connected.
That's fine.
right
we'll
now.
just play it up and catch some.
Yeah,
of
I
it
don't think
through
we.
our
I don't
ambient.
think we need audio on it really.
Yeah, I want some.
Okay. You can have some.
So wouldn't that be?
I don't know if it picked up the DAC when I put it back on or not.
Can you swipe from the bottom and get the start menu? No.
Let's exit the game.
Yep.
Doom. Is this plugged into power?
Nope. There's a power cable down there.
It'll
Plug it in.
probably last. Hey, wait. Is this? Are we even at a Windows desktop?
No, we're at Aura.
It's their touchscreen gaming or
What sure would be
Interface.
nice to know where volume was on there.
Plug that in.
There's a volume rocker by the power cable.
Yeah, but we can't. There's no
Is this
feedback.
the power cable over here? No.
Or no, the power cable's over here. Sorry. I mean, we can exit out of Aura and use Windows.
All right, wherever this goes.
I can go under the table with it first.
Can you ding it for me?
Hold on. Yeah, let's just go under. Oh wait, that's not plugged in.
It's not plugged in there.
Oh crap. Here, Sebastian.
Are you dinging?
I hear nothing. Wait, I need to plug that in somewhere. Here we go. Ding for me.
I'm dinging.
I don't care if they hear it. I wanted to hear it.
At least I think I'm dinging. Does this ding when you let up on this slider?
It should. I don't know what XLR cable I have going there anymore.
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
It
It
had
says USB DAC on
It
it.
had a cable flag on it.
Why don't you just unplug it and we just have the speakers play ambiently? And they can catch it on our mic and we can hear it.
Won't we have to? We could just switch it here, Ken. Don't worry about it.
Well, hold on. I ran that stupid cable and installed the driver. I'm going to make it work.
All right, don't touch anything.
Okay.
There we go. That's the right cable. Ding.
Yep.
Whoa.
Now I hear it.
Way too.
So do I.
It's not too loud. No.
It's good.
So we're all gonna have to put our headphones.
Only if you
in?
really want to hear
we
the
can hear
music
the-
of the game.
Well,
you don't have to. I wanted to hear it.
And Scott.
Oh.
'Cause Scott's still here.
Yeah, I
right?
could definitely hear that too.
We should be good.
Hey, what's up, Scott?
Right, so Sebastian...
Not much. I guess I'll be your chat moderator this
Sebastian,
evening.
you can
Excellent.
kind of be in this corner because it's the 4 corners.
Right. I was just trying not to block the camera.
Block the camera is fine. We'll just use direct capture.
Okay.
There's really no other option.
What, you gotta rerun the aura thing or something?
Yep.
Yeah, now we got some audio. Oh, look at that. Joseph Clark 507, but James Parker just pledged $10 to this Patreon.
The stakes have been raised.
The stakes have been raised.
Come on, let's hit 2,000 before the end of the night.
Yeah, I mean, we streamed for 12 hours, guys.
Like, you're not going to want to...
Let's hit 3,000.
It's fine. Just
That's okay.
No, you're not going to stand.
Are you forbidding me from standing?
Yes.
Well, you're not gonna want to stand for 3 hours later.
Right, I mean, this
is not
stream
going to
is
be
not
3
hours.
This is not going to be 3 more hours.
No.
Not for
Are
me.
you sitting over there? Okay.
Yeah, he's
I'm
got
coming
to. We've
over.
got to be at the corners. So, Alan, that's your corner.
That's my
This
corner.
is my corner.
Got
This
it.
will be his corner, and that'll be.
I think so, at
Sebastian's.
least.
I think that's how that works.
Game.
Okay, so first question, Bonsai10 asks, what are good alternatives to the Razer Black Widow Tournament Edition, which is like the Razer mechanical keyboard but 10 keyless?
Ken just blew right past something.
Oh,
I was...
McAfee.
What'd you...
McAfee, hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to learn more.
So...
Let's see.
It's
What mode do we want
I
to play?
said it's a normal risk rolls, really.
Oh, you've already
But
said
there
it,
was a-
but we
there
have
was
to
a-
pick them.
There was a graphic that showed which corner was who.
No,
Yeah, it'll show us.
That's the next page.
Starting territories, manual. Oh, so you're just bringing this up so we can see what the rules are.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to make sure they're still
Sure.
set.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so everyone tap color. What's your color?
I'm green.
So I'm blue.
Yes, that's how that works.
So I'm this corner.
Well, yeah, you'll be there. Right, so it's me.
Yeah, so green already starts and it goes clockwise.
Scott, my answer is to check the comments on that post about the most popular keyboards, and then whatever Master Chen says, I must
Select the territory to
obviously
drag.
agree with
Okay,
100%.
so this is the distribution part, right?
Yes, so pick the territory you want.
Oh, I will. So now we're going around.
That's Ken.
A thank you to Wayne Farnes, who just edited their pledge from $5 to $10. Thank you, Wayne.
Thanks, McAfee.
Oh my lord.
So there's some.
Are we
Negative,
protected?
there's some negative feedback for this thing.
How do I place my guy? Just go like this?
drag
You
it.
can drag him over, or you can just tap on whatever.
I
I
control
think.
Siberia.
It's the future.
Yeah, why not?
Whatever, you didn't drag it. It's not as cool.
The lower third is not covering the game. It's a bit cut off just because the way you just have to tap the territory, by the way.
I like to drag.
He wants to drag it.
I want to
He wants
drag
to
it.
dragon.
I want to lose gracefully.
You already picked that one.
Ryan is very comfortable with drag.
See, you normally don't get to pick your territories. They're randomly assigned.
It's you, Sebastian.
Well, it depends on how you play. I thought this was the actual rules. That you get to
No.
pick, like you take turns going around,
I
right?
think they're randomly assigned usually.
We should probably do
totally
this.
not
Just
dragging.
tap. Let's just tap.
Right.
Is there a film on this we're supposed to take off?
I don't think so.
It's an anti-glare
Yeah.
cover, I think.
You already picked that one.
Oh, I thought I could add more armies to it.
No. See, that was a mistake you made fun of me for.
When did I make fun of you? We had never played Risk before.
Every
I
day of
just-
the week.
I just did it.
Well, that's true. Do 40% keyboards. That seems like a very small keyboard.
It's
They're ridiculous.
yeah. It's basically
No
just
function keys.
A through Z and some numbers.
We just have to do this until every territory is claimed. right?
No, not every territory. You just
Ryan
get a certain amount.
McFarland edited his pledge from $5 to $10.
Oh,
Thank
are they
you,
in a-
Ryan.
Are they in a bidding war?
I feel like we're playing poker.
There's some of that.
Actually, this would be better if we were playing poker on this
They probably
surface
have a
right
poker
now.
game on it. I don't.
but I bet it's got all kinds of like
this
weird
is not,
Chinese
this
stuff
is
in
not
it.
how Risk works.
Don't worry about it. We're going to play the game.
Well, it seems to be the game we're playing.
You set up the rules. You said you did.
It's weird if you select every
That's you,
territory.
Sebastian.
Like that's not.
Yeah, it kind of, yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Oh, that one. It's odd that it's. I wonder who's. It's interesting. So as it. What are you doing?
It will go way faster if we do it the right way.
We were almost done.
No, we had 24 left to go.
Oh, seriously?
We had 24 placements left to go.
Yeah, but you were going to
Why
place.
would you want to play it that way?
I swear this will go faster if we...
Yep, cool.
Why?
You're on house rules.
No, random. Okay, that's where we go.
Hold on, wait, go back.
You're still in manual.
You've got random starting territories, but auto. Or, there you go. Just do it on auto.
Yeah.
It'll be faster. Now, I want everybody to know that I was going to win before, and now I don't believe it.
Well, you can pick all your territories together. It makes it kind of...
Yeah, like everyone just picks a...
Michael Plut just pledged $3. Thank you, Michael. Plut or Plut.
Okay.
Oh, so, okay.
You get
I got to remember the
troops
terms.
now.
It's the 3 troops thing. I got to see how the map is laid out now. It's odd that the screen is like that.
Yeah, it like rotates with the thing, I think.
Should we pick this up and rotate it? Or no, you can rotate the whole thing.
Ooh, I can. That's actually pretty cool. Now, everybody knows that the way to win Risk is to have Australia.
It's true.
And I already have 2 things down there. So let's put all my guys in there. All right, so then you hit this button to go to your next part. Now I want to attack.
You don't have to.
Oh, don't
I
tell
guess
me.
If you want
Don't
to
tell me what I have to do.
if you want to get a card, you have to.
Yeah, in order to get a card, you have to. You've never played this before?
I'm paying attention. Go ahead.
Okay. So you're putting characters down, and I want to attack this guy, right? And then I have 5 people, so I can use up to 3 attack dice, and you can use up to 2 attack dice, but you don't have to necessarily. But in general, you always do.
So each attack dice represents 1 troop. So if you play 3 and lose the dice roll 3, you lose.
Yeah, die.
I don't know why I took one of my die away, but okay.
Defenders have advantage.
I think
you have to leave 1 on the territory, so you can only roll 1 dice. 1 die if you have 2 people.
Yeah.
Okay. A 6. Yeah, eat it, you little guy.
That's pretty funny.
All right, and so I'll leave that like that. You have the option to like move troops back and forth.
Okay.
But you always have to leave 1 behind. Right?
Do you add troops on every turn?
At the beginning of your turn, you will always have some number of troops to place.
Okay.
Right, and then if you want a card, right?
You have to take 1 territory.
You have to take at least 1 territory to get a card, and the cards will give you bonuses of more players or more pieces. Rather, at the beginning of your next turn, if you get some number of cards. Okay. So now,
where did you get your card?
I haven't gotten it yet. We'll get it at the end of my turn, and I'm looking here to see if there's anybody else I want to attack. You get to go until you decide to stop.
For the benefit of the stream, we should do this.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes it really hard on me, but actually, I want to see something before we do that. We can do that.
Does it shift?
But I want to see if it shifts when it's his turn. So now I get the option to move players, and I'm not going to because I don't really care. So it gives me this card. Now I don't know. See, it did shift it. Okay. Now hold on, I want to see something.
Well.
Yeah. Okay. How do we?
See, that's if I want to see what I don't care. You guys can see what card I got, right?
Stream, I need you to tell me exactly what Ryan is hiding behind his hand.
But that's actually kind of neat, right? So you can like do that, hide it, and hit the button and put it away.
Would this game maybe come with like cardboard things that?
Yeah, Google.
That?
It comes with Google.
No, you would just get a card and it would be face down, and you would pick it up.
What
and
I mean
look
is, how would you play this game on this thing and nobody else seeing your card that you just wanted to watch?
You would just use your hand, like I just said. Well, I mean, it's just like picking up a card off the table, right? I think.
I would think that it would come with like.
TJ Drennan up their pledge from $5 to $10. This is an interesting trend. Oh,
Come on, Ryan.
Oh no.
I need Madagascar.
Oh, what's up? By the way, it did just let me roll 2.
Yeah, because you. Well, weird.
Yeah, so I don't know what you did, but it was.
I did something.
I only got to beat a 3. Booyah! Eat it, red guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, why wouldn't you roll 3?
I was just seeing what that button did. You can roll a 6 and beat me.
Damn it.
Defenders always get advantage.
Yeah, defenders win ties.
They're like the runner in baseball.
Yeah.
Wait, is that really a rule? Like I'm getting tips from the chat on what my strategy should be. Yeah, there you go. We'll do that.
Okay.
So now you get to place 3 troops wherever you want. You don't have to place them all in the same territory, although it usually makes sense at this point.
I'm going to send out a tweet about us.
Well, I got to represent, so...
Yeah. So if you just hit, I guess you can drag or hit the plus button,
Yeah, plus.
and then you like for each troop. Yeah.
Well, you're done placing. You gotta finish that.
If you're done placing, hit the next button.
Where is the next button?
That one. Yeah, the forward one that's glossing. Yeah.
Okay.
And then if you want to attack more, you can still do that. Yeah.
And the chat's asking who's gonna know if they won the giveaways. You're gonna email them, correct?
Yeah, so if you missed the earlier announcements, I will email everybody probably Monday or Tuesday to get shipping information. We still have one more contest that we will announce during the stream here in a little bit, probably in the next 10 or 15 minutes. Thank you for catching the chat stuff, Scott.
Yeah, and Jeremy's been too. Also, it's King James now is asking, what are we playing Risk on? It's the Lenovo, is it?
It's the Yoga Home.
The Lenovo Yoga Home. Which screen size? 27?
Yep.
27-inch touchscreen.
Hey, we got past 2,000.
It's pretty cool that this works. Like, this is...
They have Monopoly and Life and a couple
This is
other
really
Hasbro
cool.
games.
Like, I could see
I don't think
getting
you have
this...
to do anything else there. Like, you just gotta...
Yeah, hit the check mark. And then, if you want to attack more, you can.
But you don't have to.
You don't have to. Like, once you've attacked one, you're only going to get one card, no matter how many territories you take. But if you've got advantage, you can go for it.
No, I'm gonna leave this inverted so I know what the heck I'm doing.
That's fine. So you've got 3 people that you can distribute, and you just tap whatever places you want them to go.
All right, so I'm blue.
Yeah. So if you want them to go to China, you would tap China. If you want them to go into Russia, you tap Russia.
Yeah.
Listeners, if you enjoy inverted how-to instruction videos on Risk Play, please let us know in the comments.
Like, follow, and
Visit
subscribe.
Patreon.com/PCPer.
The world is upside down.
Just turn your laptop upside down, and if you have a monitor, hopefully it rotates all the way around. Or lay on your side and rotate it as far as it'll go the other way.
Right.
Except that'll make it upside
Here,
down
I'll help.
even more.
So
Oh, look at that.
So what's going on? Oh yeah, okay.
Alan cares.
Ryan.
My turn?
Yep.
Sorry.
That didn't attack?
You must have not hit the right thing.
Yeah.
It asked where do I want to attack from, and I picked.
Obviously, you fear the North American territories that I dominate.
Clearly.
Yeah, you got
Clearly. Okay, where am I down here? Oh, yeah. Put all 3 of those guys there. I'm going to go from here. Ooh. Let's do it anyway.
Oh, it's risky.
6-5.
That's a pretty good roll.
6-3. Damn it.
Oh, wrecked. By wrecked, I mean you got 1.
Yeah, it was 1-1. Eat it again. Oh no.
That was poor.
2-2-1.
Oh no.
That's okay. That's enough of
New
that.
Guinea has a stand.
That is not great. How do I cancel out of that? I want to not.
Just next?
Probably that. Okay. Yeah. So I cancel out of that.
Look at the detail on the sword. It's really nice.
I need a card.
Well, needs a very strong word.
Oh no. Okay.
Don't accidentally do what I did.
See, I did that. I ended my battling turn. Okay, I hit back.
Alexa, stop.
Alexa, stop. The bitch just started playing music.
Yep. She's just like shuffling music from some random stuff.
All right, a 5 and a 1. It's over you there. I totally meant to attack blue, by the way.
Audiophile 42 says they love when Sebastian's on.
Ugh, really?
It's because they're an audiophile.
Okay, so how do I do this? Let's do that. Oh, I really want to attack blue. Thank you.
You're really having some issues here.
I am. God, 5-2? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well,
It's gonna be a short game, boys. Whatever.
Thank
I'm
God.
done.
not a lot of strongholds anywhere, huh? You could just hit the plus button a couple times.
That was a shitty turn. Apparently they sent in an email that we met that goal. Good job, Patreon. Can we get a PC Per podcast episode where everyone keeps their webcam pointed at their dog or cat?
Ryan, you're up.
Normal audio, but dog-cat video.
Yes.
Wait a minute, what happened?
I just
Oh, you hit it? Hey, hey.
It's a random number generator. Shut
But
up.
what if I go? What if I go now? What if I go now?
It would have been a different outcome.
Yeah.
Well, he beat me twice, so
Now the question is, which one of my animals would be on the stream? So I'll have to.
yes.
I'd put both. I'd put all three. Oh yeah, stomping on you. Turns out defense is where it's at. No, leave me alone. 5, 3, 1, 1.
It's not the best for me.
Yes. Eat it, Ken. See now,
Haven't you destroyed him enough for one
when you have
night?
one, you can't attack anymore.
Okay.
Right, because you have to
You
leave
have
one
to
behind.
have one behind to maintain control of that country.
Can you vacate a country?
You cannot. Oh, that is garbage.
Can you just like? What sucks about this game is you can't just take your arm and throw all the pieces on the floor and then leave. How do you do that? Is there like
Does that work if you swipe the whole screen?
If I,
We can flip it.
Really?
It's true.
Yeah, flip the whole table.
We can definitely flip it.
Ooh, reinforcements.
I don't
hang on.
remember how the territory cards work, really.
Yeah.
Trying to flip it for the screen. Oh, I thought it said somebody gave us $2,000, but it said they posted a congratulations on our hitting the $2,000.
That's basically.
Hey, Michael DePorter, otherwise known as Bug Smasher, I believe, pledged $12.34. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice.
And before that, Sam pledged $1, and James Dickinson pledged $8.83. Thank you guys. You are kicking ass.
We are now up to $2,034.
Awesome.
Heck yes.
The horsies are worth $5.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. And eventually you get cannons when you get, I think that's 10.
I think so.
It's late stage stuff. Neil Prett pledged $5. Thank you, sir. What new stuff is the PC Per team working on? Right now we're working on a 12-hour live stream. What else do we have? What we did? We built a table PC.
What do you mean?
We're doing. That's the big thing this week is we're going to do VR builds. So I'm working with Polygon actually, Polygon.com to do a couple of VR build videos, and we're doing 3 of our own builds as well. Just waiting on our last little bit of hardware to show up. Hopefully that will show up tomorrow. Sebastian has all kinds of stuff he's going on.
Yeah, I just ordered a Nexus 5X the other day just to try it out because I got a great deal on it.
That's cool.
And before I go to resell it, I decided, hey, I'm going to do benchmarks and take pictures and do a review of this thing.
Yeah, we got a lot of Android coming up. We didn't talk about this earlier. I'm doing the opposite of Ryan's Android to iOS article. I'm doing
so
iOS
we got
to Android with the S7.
We got a Galaxy S7 and an S7 Edge.
Be careful because you might fall in love with superior app support of the Android platform.
It's not happened so far.
Okay.
You gonna attack again?
I know that the iPhone is a really,
like
really
Sebastian,
beautiful
huh?
phone, but
So is the Polygon VR stuff actually cleared up then? Now that you kind of announced it on the stream?
No, we still have to actually.
We're actually going to
produce that.
record it tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but sometime this week.
tomorrow.
No, but I mean, they actually agreed now? Or?
Yeah. We're definitely going to do it. We're going to do 2 system builds with them, and then actually show off and demo the HTC Vive connected up to those systems. So that'll be pretty cool.
Yep.
I just really want to bring Ben out so I can play on the HTC Vive.
Right.
Some
How many
more.
attacks can you do on it? I was thinking.
You can do as many as you can, as you want, as long as you have pieces to do
you
it.
could potentially lose.
Like the problem is, if you leave ones and choose behind,
Yeah. You just get
somebody
stomped.
will just kind of come back in and take them. Yeah.
What do you do
And
with
they'll
your
stomp
cards?
down your entire
remember.
area, and you get
Right.
massive
Alright,
bonuses
cool.
if you take an entire
Yeah,
continent.
oh yeah,
so-
I'm sorry, I didn't mention that before. If you take an entire continent, you get a bonus. So if you had all of North America, you get 5 extra.
Yeah, it depends on the size of the
people.
continent.
Yeah.
What bonus you
So
get.
can you move troops?
At the end of your turn.
So if you're done with attack, you hit that button, right? And now it says now you can move, and they can only move into the ones next to them, I guess, right?
Maybe not.
It
on
looks
this
like they can
version.
go anywhere.
It might be as far.
This is great, by the
Oh
way.
yeah, you can do the jump because it's at the edge of the map.
You can see Russia from your
You
house.
can't win without
Yes.
Kamchatka. It's true.
You can't what?
You can't win without Kamchatka.
Jerome M3 is asking what the last prize is going to be.
We have 2 winners. They're each going to win a 480 gigabyte OCZ Tryon 150 SSD.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So it's like, I want to stop moving right now.
Then just
but-
hit the next one.
Yeah, but I didn't want my turn to end yet.
And
you do that
Doctor.
at the end of your turn. You can only fortify at the end.
Yeah,
of your
you
turn.
can't fortify and then attack. You have to do all your
I
attacks.
wanted to, like,
You want to what?
move other stuff the other way, but...
It
I
wasn't
think
letting
you
you?
can only do one move.
Oh, I think you're right. I think you can
okay.
only do one move.
It
I
can
think
be
that's
like
true.
connected through all your territories, but you can only actually do one
Yeah,
operation.
let me rotate this for the stream again. All right, I got 3 measly guys. Oh, Christ, I'm in a bad spot here.
Woot Doctor is saying that now we have a 3D printer, you can give away something every podcast. Not exactly sure if that will work.
We could. It wouldn't be worth much.
Is it?
For this podcast, here is a hunk of PVC.
Yeah.
We didn't even try to name what it was. It's just a hunk of PVC.
Eventually, we'll get in trouble for giving away 3D printed pieces of pasta that are just out of a $1 box of pasta.
What could go wrong?
Look, we made it. It's edible pasta.
We just cut off pieces of filament.
And then you can 3D print a printer that makes macaroni art out of the macaroni.
Oh,
I'm cutting
nice.
this out of the recorded version.
Yeah, nope.
That's automated too.
We'll talk to you about this offline, Scott. Right before our meeting with Hasbro.
Is the meeting with Hasbro going to entail complaining about how the game turns out?
Awful greedy.
Go, baby.
It's just spreading yourself thin.
I understand.
We want creative control, Scott, and I'm not willing to relinquish that.
I'm not sure if they can give you creative control over.
Well,
this,
I'll
keyboards.
accept cash in lieu of creative control. How about that? In almost any amount.
Deuces.
Not the best. All right.
So does that count as a continent?
It would, but now it has to
is
be.
Madagascar.
Oh yeah, shit, you're right. But it has to be on my next turn, so
you
I
have
won't
to go
get the
around
bonus.
once.
So if it goes around and somebody takes a green, then it prevents me from getting the bonus, which is advantageous to everybody to do that, right?
Hey, why
Let's
don't you
just
have
try.
Southern Europe yet?
He's just going to go for it.
Oh.
Oh no.
So there's 2 questions.
Yeah.
MIBZD1JUA, because obviously Mibit just tosses hashes for names.
Sure.
Yeah, pretty much.
Asking if can see the PC desk build before we end. Didn't you guys show off the finished build already? Or
We did, yeah.
It's not. It's
already being used as a
It needs
desk.
a CPU cooler, but
We'll have to.
the CPU cooler is like half on, half off,
Okay.
and that was the last step. Everything else is hooked up to
I'm done
CPU
with that.
connected to
All right,
power.
so I want to move.
And the other question was, what kind of personal rigs are you all running? I guess I can start with mine. It's a Devil's Canyon with a GeForce GTX 670 because I'm waiting for Pascal or whatever AMD comes up with.
Yeah. So I don't have a computer at home anymore.
His computer is right there.
I don't have. This might be a little bit embarrassing. I don't have a computer at home anymore. Something wrong, kid?
I'm calling Josh.
Oh.
Can you pay me that mouse?
Whose turn? Oh.
Ready? I'm gonna turn it off.
Mouse.
And then I turned it off. I
It's
forget.
Ken's turn.
Yeah, it's Ken's turn. He's going to call Josh in here so we can talk with him as well. I don't have a computer at home anymore. I have it, but it hasn't been connected in a long time since I moved my baby into her room. And I just use a laptop because when I'm kind of doing this thing now where I'm at home, I'm doing not work. It doesn't really work out that way because I still answer emails and do advertising and do all the other side of things here, but I don't do testing at home anymore.
Hey, Josh.
Let's see. Hold on. I'm going to go through our updates here. Randy Iskandar pledged $7.77. That is awesome.
777.
Can you kill the AC by chance?
Oh, hey, Josh.
It's keeping us awake. Rick, I'll do it. Rick Walter pledged $3. Hassan Raza edited their pledge from 3 to 5. That's awesome. And Douglas Gordon Jr. pledged $1 as well. Thank you guys.
Still got one, Ken.
It's more prestigious that way.
Did we get Josh on here?
Yeah, he's on.
I don't hear him.
I think I heard somebody just die.
Oh, I don't hear
What?
Who just died?
Scott,
on
are
the
you still
stream?
there?
Scott,
Sorry.
are you alive?
I am still here. Yep.
Okay, did you fall?
Did not die.
Okay.
And I don't hear Josh yet. Maybe he's coming.
Josh
Well,
is on.
why not?
Josh is on. I
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
I
you,
don't
Josh.
hear.
I will fix that in a minute.
Okay. It's like, what?
Josh, only I can hear you.
Yeah.
Well, that is sweet because you're the only one that
Steve
matters.
Lesserman
Oh, thank you.
pledged $10.10. He pledged 10.10. 10.10. And Sleater
Has anybody
just pledged
done
$3.99. Josh, what was that?
Has anyone done $9.99?
No, but you can, Josh. You can be the first.
$9.99 would be a good one.
That would be a good one.
No, but Sleater did pledge $3.99. So
That's okay then.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Kelly was watching the stream when we had Jacob on, and she said the mask on the chair next to him was a little creepy.
It was a bit creepy.
That
Yeah, it was a Fallout mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't know.
So,
what that
Josh,
is.
what do you say to the $3.99 donation?
I think that is. Thank you.
Exactly.
Ooh, Douglas Boys edited their pledge from $5 to $6.66.
Ken
Nice.
is like gonna go on the freaking.
There we go. They got the
soon.
first one in. Michael
Cowarding.
McQuaid updated theirs from $6.78 to $9.99 just for Josh.
Oh,
Oh, that rocks.
so cute.
So people will do anything for a pun.
What they do, like how this works.
So if you have, you can trade any three in, but if they're matching or they're in the same region, you get more for it. It'll show you right here, because like right now,
Okay,
2 stars
it's
only
a-
equals
it's a
2
bonus,
things.
okay.
You know what the most important area of this entire map is?
Australasia.
Madagascar.
Kamchatka!
Thank you, Josh. I already said you can't
I
win
know.
without Kamchatka.
Kamchatka!
Sebastian just wanted to attack someone else, and like stupid.
It started
game.
blinking at me, and I hit next, and it said my turn was
Well,
over.
don't hit next.
Yeah.
Next doesn't do
Yeah,
It is kind of annoying.
you gotta, if you want to, did you already attack somebody and you're trying to go back, you gotta hit the, there's like the recycle button or
Oh,
the
okay.
refresh button that
Oh,
goes
is that-
back
okay.
to starting the beginning of that segment again. Sorry.
Okay.
Jeremy says it's a
So
poor
basically
explanation.
Here we have China friends.
Hey, back to the personal rig question. Anybody
Oh,
wants to
yes.
know what I run for a main PC? Just
Yeah.
check any of my recent PC enclosure reviews, because that is my rig. I just transplant it from case to
Does he
case.
just
Really? Every
constantly.
time?
Yes.
Wow.
So you run a white box then, just a.
I don't have my. I have a home. I'm homeless. My rig is homeless. I stay in shelters for like a week at a time. It's a R9 290X. It's an XFX double dissipation video card on a Asus Maximus.
So what are you trying
8,
to do? There you go.
Motherboard, the Micro ATX variant, the Gene, and
Yes.
then I have just 8 gigabytes of DDR4, 2400, I think,
Damn it.
and whatever random old 120 gigabyte SSD I have Windows 8 loaded onto at the time.
Okay, so another one is
Hey, troops, would you like to move?
MIBK2
You know, the key to
TL
this
OK
game-
I don't
says
move anything right now.
WTF
Not
is direct
there.
flip.
Okay, well, this isn't your movement turn. After you take over a new territory,
I know.
you have to decide, do you want to leave one troop behind
And I
or
can be
more?
like-
Yeah,
Yep.
so that's your option. So you can leave it like that and you hit the check mark.
Oh, hey, and
I
the
realize
processor
this is new to you, but do you know the key to this game?
Alan's never played this game.
Australia
I've never played
and
it.
South America. You take one of those, you're probably going to win.
Well,
just because they're like islands.
there's only one entrance and exit from Australia, so you can get a bunch of troops here and fortify, and then no one can attack you if you have
Exactly.
troops
You
in
just keep
Indonesia.
building up troops,
It's really stupid. There's three
and
other
build-
entrance.
cards as long as you attack one round.
But if that's all you do, everybody else gets these massive bonuses eventually.
Not really.
If,
Everyone
if
breaks
they don't
each other's
balance each other out.
bonuses.
Depends
No,
how many
I'm
players you
move.
have.
So you only get one move, remember?
Well, from one place to another place.
Correct.
It's actually
Right.
a horribly unbalanced game.
Once people start
That's kind of true.
taking other continents, then you're going to have to
everywhere.
start pushing out.
Yeah.
But if you if
might
no one
wanna
else
do
is
is,
taking a
like,
continent,
here's
you
what I
should-
Okay, look at the map.
3.
So if you take until New Guinea or Indonesia,
No,
right?
I'm with you. I'm with
Yeah.
you.
You got everything. You fortify that, and then you can jump to the next one,
No, I don't want to attack.
and then you split the guys in between India and China. I mean, that's multiple rounds of getting plenty of other troops plus cards.
Yeah.
It's
All right, I'm going to give everybody 2 more minutes. We're going to go to, if you go to pcper.com/SOL contest, pcper.com/SOL contest, it's your last minute to enter into the contest, okay?
You're up.
If you wait
and
longer than 2 minutes, you will be SOL.
thanks to Reed Heckman for pledging $3.50.
So now you're getting 4 guys.
Because I have all of Australia. Oh, wait, no, it's because I have Africa, too.
No, you don't.
Oh, damn you, Madagascar.
It's because it's your total number of territories divided by 3.
Why don't you shore up some of this and take it?
Well, you always get at least 3.
Okay, that's right. I got it.
Well, he can't really take much because they all got 1s.
So who makes this particular version of Risk?
So it's
No,
on
no,
the
that's
Aura
stupid.
touchscreen OS on Lenovo Yoga homes.
Damn it.
It's
That's
also-
pretty sharp looking.
Is it an
also-
old
it's also-
Atari one, or is it like
Well,
EA?
this is a Hasbro thing. This is a Hasbro joint. I don't know.
Hasbro worked with EA on these games.
I think so.
Yeah.
And it's also available in the Windows Store as a UWP app.
Wonderful.
Oh, I heard those are great.
It's kind of a beautiful representation of it.
It's great.
Yeah,
It's
it's nice.
sumptuously animated. It has
Six.
immersive visuals for the battle system. Dramatic audio.
You don't have to roll real dice, so it doesn't take forever.
Thanks to Rob pledging $3. Thank you, sir.
Not only moving all the little plastic
Green
pieces,
Army is now ranked first. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
always a pain in the ass.
that sucked.
The people cheat.
And then, like, getting the cannon, and then when you die, so you have to replace it with 4 individual pieces.
See, I was playing Brisk so late in the game that there was a dice rolling app for iOS that would use like when it was like 50 against 50, like at the
Yeah.
end of the game.
Yeah.
Use that sometimes.
It would just tell you who.
Yeah, essentially, it would just go through.
Were you born in like 1995?
Pretty much.
92.
Oh.
Bonsai Tenant's asking
took
about
3 years
mechanical
off.
switches. They're asking if blue switches are preferred by typists.
You guys know
That's
what's
generally
going on,
what
so
people
it's not
say, and the reason for that is because the click
So what are those
happens
supposed to
when it
do?
actuates. So it's designed to prevent you from buying out the keys, because once you feel
crushed him.
and hear the key
crushed him
actuate,
like a
you don't need to
grape.
keep pressing down.
Turn them in, you get 1 turn.
Scott, don't a lot of
turn it
people
in for
use
4 people.
O-rings just to prevent that, like so they can type faster?
Well, the O-rings is a cushion on a bottom out. So instead of alerting you to
4 to 5,
use,
huh?
hey, I'm not gonna, you don't need to bottom out, you're done. It's a cushion if you do bottom.
Yeah.
It's like having a fire escape that's broken with a stairwell that kind of leads to nowhere and just if you fall to your death, whatever. The blue switches would be like a sign on there saying, "Hey, don't keep walking," and the O-rings would be like a mat in the bottom.
So
when
really,
you
a
do fall, you will
blue,
should
not.
keep rolling.
if you have a
Yeah,
light
gonna-
touch as like a touch typist, with blues, you really are not even pressing the key more than halfway down with each stroke, probably.
Yeah, the click is designed to train you for that.
So it's kind of like, it almost sounds like you're just simulating having a membrane keyboard that has a lighter touch at that point.
Pretty much. I mean,
with the
the
click.
blue switches and the green switches are kind of designed to have this same kind of feel as the buckling spring, which is similar, but obviously is cherry mechanical instead of IBM / whatever else. It's now Unicomp, which is actually, like I was telling Alan, is down, where was it?
Louisville, I think.
Next city down from you in Kentucky.
Lexington.
L.
Louisville. There are 2, Lexington and Louisville.
I think Lexington.
Okay.
You might be thrown by Ryan's pronunciation of Louisville.
Yeah, it's Lexington. Yeah.
Ooh.
Well,
Ooh.
so much for that Africa continent.
Yeah, Ken's kind of like.
Dominating?
What's going on?
The plains.
Well, you know what? He's doing Sherman's March essentially.
Well, the problem is that as he keeps going, he's leaving one troop behind.
Yeah,
It's getting
he's-
smaller and smaller.
So it's just going to be the same thing. that
No,
happens
no.
to
All
him
he does
eventually.
is he just marches through and then he fortifies in 2 areas.
Actually, all he does is win.
All
no
he
matter
does
what.
is win.
Oh,
5s and 4s.
But I mean, like, if Ryan comes back from the Middle East down into the East Africa or Egypt,
yeah, you can't give him strategies while we're.
You know what? All you got to
just
worry
gave away
about
the only
is not
strategy.
giving them the big bonus.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
hey, all you gotta worry about is I own the United States of America.
America.
And as long as as long as I own the most powerful country on the face of the earth,
You'll get nothing. for
You'll get
bonuses.
nothing until you get Mexico, which is kind of.
You got to take over
historical.
Greenland, which
All right,
will,
well, you know
hopefully
what?
you will stop that
Your
global
wish
warming.
is my command because I'm about to take Central America right now.
Oh,
what I'm saying?
that worked out really well for
Why
you.
are you hitting the screen so hard?
He's
I'm into it.
He's rolling those dice hard.
I
boy.
will say, so I guess this is probably a 10 touch screen.
Yeah.
But the ability for me to, like, while you guys are doing that, like, look at my cards, it's pretty cool.
It's a
really
mostly
good
flawless implementation.
Yeah, I really do like it.
Unlike my attack, which was not flawless.
It's the Alamo. You have to remember it.
Hey, look, somebody took over Africa, and unfortunately they are extremely exposed after doing that because
I did that. And
you've
that's what
got
happened to
3
me.
areas
Sebastian Drumpf.
that can be attacked. Attacked!
All right, guys, I'm going to announce the winners here. We have 2 OCZ storage technology Tryon 150, 480 gig SSDs.
First one is Jordan Watkins from Laramie, Wyoming. Congratulations, Jordan Watkins.
I just have the initials JW here. It's weird. How about Russ B? Russ B from the USA. That's all I have here. Is from the USA. And then Ramon C from Las Vegas, Nevada. You both won 480 gig SSDs. So thank you guys for participating in our 12-hour live stream. Excuse me as I dominate. Dominate here on this. Even though while I was doing the contest stuff, I'm pretty sure I lost an entire continent, right?
No. Sure. Doing pretty well here.
Yeah, nobody beats the Australians. They're just
defending the heck
they're
out
just
of
a
that.
bunch of convicts.
They know how to fight.
So that's you can roll just one if you want, and you're only risking one person. But
Shambles is asking whether you guys prefer
What the hell
Civ
is
4 or
this?
Civ 5. I'm not sure if they're talking about for a stream or for the game in general. Have you guys played Civilization?
I don't
you
know
didn't
what
roll the
happened.
dice.
I have to admit, I have them both in my Steam library, and I have
I
not
think-
I
played
think that was
either
a
of them
fast forward
yet.
button that just does.
I
the
think
roll.
that button just plays it the rest of the way.
Oh well, don't do that. That's not fun.
Not what I want to do, but okay.
So congratulations to Russ and Ramon for winning those SSDs. And like I said, we have 11.
See, it's a scam. They both started with R.
Yeah, and one's last name was B and one's last name was C.
Yeah.
And we have 11
RA
winners.
earlier?
We have 11 winners. So I will announce or email all of those people tomorrow to get their addresses. Just so you know. Okay, so I don't have Africa anymore.
Yeah, that's hard. So do you do logarithmic of when you turn in cards, you get more armies per,
Yeah, it does that.
or what?
It does that. Yeah.
That stinks.
Really? That's how the game has been designed always.
Well, no, I've seen it both ways.
Really?
Where you don't get logarithmic, you actually have to play it until the But anyway,
So like the bonus doesn't go up?
not really.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't like
That
the
makes the game a lot
logarithmic because
slower.
next thing you know, you got like 94 armies versus 3.
Well, yeah.
I think I'm through all the questions now, so if someone has any questions I didn't get to, please repeat them in the chat.
So we have 11 winners. That's pretty awesome. We are at 11 out. It's 11:57 here, guys, by the way.
Eastern correct time.
Let's see. Rob pledged $3. We have a new post from Rob. That he says, even though I didn't win, he still loves the live stream. So obviously we're doing some good stuff here, guys. These longer shows, 2 to 12 to 24 hours, are always my favorite. Look, easy on the 24 hours. Okay?
I just slipped it in there, 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever.
Whatever you happen to
wanna
do, right? I mean, whatever it is that you're doing. Did I win? Oh, you cheater!
You rolled for
Cheaters
him?
never win. Winners never
Listen,
cheat.
you won't be here all night.
Africa is now controlled by the Red Army.
Do I want to be in Florence all night? Yes, actually. As a matter of fact, I do.
He's going to be.
That's unfortunate for you.
I can't pronounce his name, I don't think. Anasiad Hassan is asking Alan if he looked at the new MX 100 firmware.
I have not yet.
Okay. You knew about it, though?
I heard about it.
What's it supposed to do?
I don't know. I don't know. I just heard about it. I don't think it's
There's
like
Texans, man.
MX100 is pretty solid as it is already, so I don't,
Yeah, I think that's the one I have right now.
Ooh, 1 and
It's
1.
the 512.
I didn't like pay it much mind just because, it's already pretty good in my mind.
It's not like my
One
C300 that
and
goes
one.
down to
We're
like, what was
having
it,
some fun
10
in
megabytes
the
per second or something.
bedroom.
Well, the MX100 doesn't do any kind of, SLC trickery or any of that, like caching stuff, or, just basically straightforward SSD. Wow.
And Biohazard is asking Ryan about his Tesla and how has the range been treating you?
So here's the thing. I bought it. I picked it up December 1st. And so it's been very cold pretty much the entire time I've had it. And range is greatly reduced on the cold. I get, on a full charge, I have the 85 kilowatt hour battery. The charge gets me, if I drive to Lexington and back, ooh, 2 5s. 1 and 1, I'll take it. If I drive to Lexington to go to a basketball game and come back, it says my range is about 50 miles after that.
Yeah.
And that's about a 150 mile drive. Oh, that sucked.
So XMass, 2 S's, is asking if we're going to get any Tesla podcasts. And on the same topic, are we going to get any new father podcasts? And on the same topic, are we going to get any Tesla new father podcasts?
Interesting discussion, yes.
That really large market of new fathers with Teslas.
Yes!
Oh.
Yeah, eat it, Indonesia!
I was thinking more of new babies with Teslas. But,
No, so I won't say anything about the podcast other than we're supposed to have another website, not we, but I'm supposed to be involved in another, damn it, website coming up that was specifically focused on dad stuff. And it would have a podcast eventually if I could get off my lazy ass and finish the development side of Dad Reports, which is an awesome name.
The name was leaked.
The name is awesome, by the way.
Now, why did it skip right to that? Oh, do I have to have 3 there?
If you attack with 3.
If you attack with 3, you have to move as many as you attack with. Yeah, sorry.
But you can just fortify them right back. With the 2 right back. If you want.
Nah, I gotta move something else.
I think I'm gonna stop at Taco Bell when I go home. It is 12:01, by the way.
Gotta do it.
We did it.
What the thing?
Congratulations.
We did
We
it.
streamed for 12 hours. Yay!
Oh,
I
God.
was only here for 6 hours, but I
And
liked
the
it.
quality now is the same as it was at the beginning.
My bladder is certainly
Or better.
something.
More betterish. God, I'm like,
The streaming computer.
Let's just say
Not a
some
tumor.
keyboard beats Steam
All
controller.
right, so what are the cards? Explain the cards.
So I've got 4 cards now, and I can trade in these 4 cards for 7 additional troops this turn.
What would the cards do?
But what if you get
all
3
they do.
different types of cards
Right.
okay.
If you
in the next turn, and you'll get significantly more
Right.
troops?
So if you look at this tells you if you have 2 stars, you get those many troops, right? But if you match, what is it, Josh? So I have 4
okay,
stars
if you've
now,
got
gives
3
me
of a
7,
kind, where you
5
got
against.
3 match, I think like cannon are the worst 3.
Yeah.
You only get X amount, and then no, infantry is the worst 3. Then cannon is the second worst, and then the cavalry are the best of the 3 matching. But if you get 1 of each, you get a good chunk more because you believe in diversity.
Right. I'm just gonna take back my country here. 2
So,
6s.
MIB2S FJ8S is asking if we still need a Josh 3D head model.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Josh, you still have your head, right?
I do, and I can laser scan that shit.
That would be pretty
That's
good.
what I've always wanted.
Some head from Josh.
Yeah.
What do you think I
With-
go to see?
I was
with
gonna
the
make a
subtitle
bobblehead joke,
underneath,
but
never
thank you,
more,
Sebastian,
never more.
for just ending that right there.
That should have been a mic drop.
Yeah. So I was gonna say we could give away Josh bobbleheads on certain podcasts or whatever.
That
That'll
would
be
be
a 3
sweet.
printer.
Josh Tech
Nope.
bobbleheads. You know, JoshTech.com
I screwed that up.
could become more than just
I thought I could go
an
the other
amazing
way.
high quality video on YouTube.
Yeah, but once I
It
go
could
here, I'm
be
stuck there. I meant to
a
go here.
official
I should've
merchandise
gone there.
shop featuring such things
couldn't
as
go
a
from
Josh
here to there.
bobblehead. And
You see what
JoshTech.com
I'm saying?
t-shirts.
Like I should have put all my troops here, so I should go here to here, and I was going to go up to there.
I thought you could do that.
I can't, but I can't go from here to here.
Oh,
That's-
they aren't actually connected.
Yeah.
The T-shirts would say, "I get all my tech news from JoshTech.com," and then in small letters it would say, "A PC perspective joint." Underneath.
What? 2 6s should just dominate.
Dominate.
Domination. We didn't play any UT. They played a lot of UT on the stream on Saturday.
Yeah. Good.
So.
I appreciate it.
All right. Let's do.
You want to keep them in New Guinea?
Well, Indonesia, you mean?
No, because it's more difficult to get to New Guinea.
Right, but I want to defend anybody from coming in.
Attack!
Like if I do that, what's the point of that?
Well, you have 10 troops that are difficult to get to.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Will he take the last thing and then fortify? Will he?
You fool.
Nope.
Gave me the Africa bonus.
I don't.
Tell you. Yes, he did. Yay. Yay. Kill you. Meh. How you like me now? Oh. New Guinea is all yours. Now fortify like the wind.
Are you really behind, Josh?
Yes.
Are you watching the stream or are you watching it on Skype?
You know what? Nobody's turned on the thing on Skype for me. All I see is a little guy that says I'm an icon.
Oh, okay, we have an error.
It hasn't been working for us.
Yeah.
For a while.
Thank you to Nicholas Rupp who pledged $1.
$1 makes me holla.
Which is odd, but yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow, a turn. Not really.
No, you're just defending.
I haven't had a turn in 17 minutes.
That's how this game goes.
Toilet Bug is asking if the convicts from Australia swim. Do they teach them that in jail?
No.
Wah, wah.
I don't really know if swimming is the best idea given the wildlife around Australia.
Well, you want to get away from the wildlife in Australia because it's all going to kill you.
Yeah.
True.
How come it looks like North America's on fire?
Because I'm controlling it.
It looks like it's on fire. Which is not far from the truth coming this summer.
Thanks for the comments, Bonsai 10.
Oh, a turn. Incredible.
I mean, you're just going to go back and forth with Mexico again.
Oh no. I have a new strategy.
Holy hell, we did it. 12 hours of live streaming.
They're asking for our next 12-hour live stream to be Alan installs Linux.
Why is everybody so excited about installing Linux?
Why do they think
Because
Alan
Linux
can't?
is free and awesome.
But like I get it, but Linux installs are easy now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, all I want to do is, sudo apt get.
Exactly.
I just do sudo apt-get all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I downloaded the internet.
On your Intel
internet.
X25M
Yeah.
80 gigabyte SSD.
Yeah, that should be big enough for the internet.
Oh man.
What's that?
Troops for territories. I don't know what that is.
So this is adding up to the gold one. So you have you always get 3, but it's the total number of territories divided by 4, I think.
Well, that makes
But
sense.
always 3. So if you get more, then
Yeah, I gotcha.
I get it.
Oh, hold on. Ken, hand me that.
Never
Sharpie.
started a major land war in Asia. Except for Ken.
Hold on, hold on.
I didn't start a land war in Asia.
Why not? You're not aiming high enough.
Asia's the most difficult continent to hold in this game.
Yeah, it
It
is.
is. There's so many entrances, if you know what I mean.
It's way too big.
You're like the Sasha Grey of.
I have. Ooh, that's okay. We're on late night now at PC Per, so that's fine.
Of course he did.
I have marked off everything on our sheet here. That means we're done. The end. Oh no, bye, marker.
Now we're just hanging out.
Now we're stupid.
So if you attacked, but you didn't get something, do you still get the card?
No.
No, you have to take the
have to win.
territory. Yeah, you have to win it.
Well, screw it then.
Only winners get a card.
There's multiple requests for Alan to compile Linux from source.
Still,
I don't get the joke. Was there a
I've
joke
done
I
it
missed?
before. Like
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't get it.
No.
I like the quiet fan on this computer.
Yeah.
Got a little message here. Love the PC build with my nephew. Thank you very much.
To be fair, we do have it in the orientation it's meant to be used in.
Yeah.
Not really. Like, an orientation is meant to be used in. You can hear the fan.
Oh, like a lot.
But, like,
congrats on
I
the 12
assume most of
hours.
the intake is on the back.
I don't want to hear any more excuses.
12 hours of
Use a
making
bigger,
rig.
slower fan.
27.
Improve the interior thermal design.
They're asking what the 3D printed orange ball was. It was BB-8.
Oh, we don't have a camera on, so it doesn't matter. Okay, I guess.
Which is a character from The Lord of the Rings, I believe.
Yeah, it's one of the rings.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's pretty good. You got 5 and 3.
It's like I
Oop
thought
with
this
3, but 5. I don't really care. We're not going to finish this.
The thing with Risk is that one person just breaks and just
Let's do
wipes
this.
the map.
All right.
Let's do this. Damn it! All right, let's do this again.
A war of attrition.
No joke. 6-5. God. I can't.
Aaron plays strong defense.
5-5.
Oh.
I only play strong defense because by default, defense is strong.
This 1 for 1 is
Wait, all you have to do is be equal. Oh, that was a strong stand there.
I can't stop now.
So who's red?
Me.
Yeah.
Who?
Ken.
Red. I'm the red dice right now, but
Yeah.
so is
Red is
Ken.
Ken.
Ken is the red
Ken is red.
Way to go, Ken. You get your holding to Africa, just like Toto.
The plane's out.
You made your way down to Africa.
Thank you.
Gonna take some time to do the things you never have.
Ooh, what does that mean, I wonder?
Listen to 80s music and you'll
Oh,
find
okay.
out.
Okay.
Did you not recognize that?
Oh, I did.
Okay.
No, but I
Just
mean, the
checking.
things he never had, does that mean something to do with taking advantage of some of the indigenous people in Africa?
Perhaps.
Probably not.
Well, it's colonialism, so yes.
Okay. Okay.
He's managed to convince some of the locals that they need to repopulate the species with him.
What?
If you own a territory and you have that card, I think it's worth more, right?
I would imagine.
I think so.
The computer?
Yeah. What are you even attacking?
Actually, you know what? It's
I
actually
didn't know I had
quite-
anybody down there.
The chassis is also very warm.
You
especially
forgot
on this side.
Argentina, like the British.
What if it's sitting on its only intake fan right now?
Argentina.
Like a Toshiba design.
We're gonna send it back.
Yeah, we are gonna send it back.
That's true.
Lenovo always wants their stuff back.
Yeah.
I don't have room for all this
Yay. Now if you can hold it.
Oh,
Hey.
I can hold it.
Hey, Josh, guess what I'm holding in my hand?
An EVGA power supply provided lovingly by Jacob.
Oh, no. I was going to make a joke about
Ooh.
something that's 7, but it's the Galaxy S7 Edge.
It's not
It's the only 7 you have handy, you know?
Ooh.
Let's just all quit. Ken's gonna win.
Ken's a winner.
I wonder what the temperature.
Alan rolls really well.
I want to.
somehow.
I want to see what the temperature is. Of my
Alan
house now.
touches the touchscreen to initiate the random roll really well.
Exactly.
I do.
Ken's got to stop slamming on the table.
No.
Ooh,
Is this what happens, Ken? You have 2 beers over the course of about a 4-hour
No, I'm just
time
really
period?
into Risk.
Oh, that was very loud.
What Ken doesn't know is I'm like NSA scrambling the random number generator in this.
Pseudo random number
Nice.
generator.
Yeah,
Get it
no
straight.
computer can truly generate a random number.
Ken did not get his South America.
What are all these cards? going on
Ken,
here?
why didn't you just do all of your guys in one and just
I did put all my guys in one.
No, you didn't. You split them up in 3 and 6.
It didn't. I guess it does matter. Yeah.
Are these 1/8 audio outputs?
They were meant to control LEDs.
They still
Oh,
control
okay.
LEDs. Technically.
Well, whatever. You have to attack or move on.
Yeah, I know.
So what kind of a keyboard would this be? Would this be like a 1/10 keyboard?
Your turn's bad.
8 buttons.
That's all you need. It's like the navigation keys for a game, and this is like your right and left mouse button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sebastian, it's your turn. Okay. Put the toy away. Not that toy.
So obviously, I'm going to attack Central America again. Get out of my country.
Okay, Donald.
He's gonna make me pay for
It's gonna
Yeah.
build a wall.
It's gonna build a wall.
Oh, look at that beautiful
it. I
continent.
don't have it.
Oh, what? Greenland? Come on.
Greenland is part of that.
I don't
it?
care about
Wait,
Greenland.
no, I guess it is Europe, isn't it?
No.
It's all part of the same tectonic plate,
I'm
so
taking
yeah.
Venezuela.
Well, except for the Pacific Northwest,
Hit the
but
back
that
button.
doesn't count.
There you go.
Get out of here. Get out of here,
He's
Venezuela.
fighting it.
Get out of
Get
here.
out of town.
Uh-oh.
I'm telling you, Kamchatka.
Xmas, I'm not gonna go to a hotel. I've got 3 dogs at my house, and they need to sleep underneath the down comforter in my bedroom.
They could probably still do that.
Oh no.
Why is this happening?
Because risk. That's why.
So they're asking who is which color right now. I think Ken is red, Ryan is green. Who's yellow?
Alan is blue.
Sebastian, because I am a coward.
Sebastian is yellow.
I'm the upside down guy.
He's yellow.
All right, we have to cut this off. So we're gonna do one more turn,
Yeah, I have to hit the check button in it.
right?
Sure.
This will be my last turn. We'll end with Alan.
Sure.
Okay, we'll do that. Oh no, wait, he's gonna be strong. Okay, we should end on my turn. I do seriously thank everybody who hung out during the live stream. We had a much,
that's
I
crap.
don't want to say a much bigger audience than I expected, but a bigger sustained audience than I thought we would have. For sure, I think we'll have to go back and look at a lot of the numbers. But we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of cool guests, and I really want to do stuff like our mailbag show, our Q&A show, which is at the 3,000 milestone. I want to do like the interview style show as well. So I think we made some headway on some cool stuff that we can do. You know, a weekly 12-hour live stream.
I'm tendering my resignation now.
I can't believe this worked.
Yeah, we streamed for 12 hours and we had no
More.
crashes.
That's
We're streaming
amazing.
for like 13 at this point.
Yeah, because we started an hour early.
Oh,
with like
I just got a message. We haven't been online since about 1 p.m.
Eh. We got the recording.
13 hours
Oh,
of streaming, and we're still recording.
Also, when I restarted the PC after
2
I
recordings,
installed the
actually.
new iTunes update,
Yeah, we
it
were
stopped
double
as
recording
well.
for
I wonder how
posterity
big that
stage.
file's going to be.
It's gonna be large.
And you're gonna have to transcode it.
2.1 gigabyte.
When you transcode it, you might want to lower the settings because isn't the transcoded version always way bigger than the?
No.
Really?
Not anymore.
Okay.
I think so.
That's something to take note of as you start to transcode. We should start that before we leave.
Just down-res it to 540p. It'll look fine.
You're a fool, Alan.
What? It won't let me move stuff anywhere else.
It's all right. Just we're only got. This is the end. We're fine. Like I
Yeah,
said,
it's the end thanks to Alan's
It's
poor
the
strategy.
end of the game as we know it.
nobody's gonna win anything.
Well, I want some respect for my tactical genius, which nobody listened to.
From home.
Josh, if only you'd been playing too. If only there was some way.
I'm telling you, VNC.
Can see.
It would work.
I can see how the. Oh, you
look at
made the
that,
board
look at
flat.
Who would want to do that?
Let's see. Where's my? This is my last.
So now
move.
we've been playing some. It looks like this looks much cooler than just the board game would be because all the territories you own are actually color coded to.
Yes. As
You know.
opposed to otherwise, you just have your troops there. That
Yeah.
you're-
It's really well done.
I hate the board game now. I'll
That's usually
burn
what happens
mine.
when you play Risk.
I don't know if I own Risk, but if I do, I'll burn it.
It's actually pretty.
So
There we go.
Do we have audio over there too?
those that are
Yeah.
still with us have just witnessed our part one of our backup strategy for when the main streaming PC crashes. It's that we're still technically streaming because we're streaming from a separate PC. So
I'll be interested to look at the event log for that crash to see if there's anything, because that was
Yeah.
a hard log.
it just like it was done.
I'm
It's
surprised
just,
it didn't blue screen.
yeah. That would have probably, if you gave it another minute.
It froze
probably
too
would.
much to blue screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it just, it
Windows
was just
didn't even
done.
initiate a dump.
And it was ironic that it was right after we talked about how great everything
No, it
was.
wasn't ironic.
Everything
It was
is
completely
coincidental.
expected. Nope.
Isn't it ironic?
Listen,
Rain on your wedding day?
I told.
Those are coincidences. I recommend you read
Literally at 12:17.
George Carlin on the
At
subject.
12:17, Jeremy says in our hip chat, the stream machine till I hit up for this. Probably pay for it on Wednesday.
Yes.
And at 12:17 and a half, it says in the same damn minute I say that.
Turns out it just pays for it on Monday.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so that's it. We're wrapping up here, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out. Thank you for everybody that participated in our live stream and for hanging out. What?
What?
Ultra wide angle.
Ultra what? I don't know.
Oh, the end.
Oh,
That's right.
Oh, he flipped it to the end.
We flipped it to the end. If you missed any of this, we will have this up on YouTube in some capacity sometime this week. It's going to take a long time for this video to encode and transcode and then upload and then...
You might as well start that before we leave.
we're gonna break it up into segments, I think.
Yeah.
Not like hour 1, hour 2, hour 3.
I
like,
do want to put just the entire 12-hour video up though. I think that'd be fun.
Just to have it.
Okay.
So we can have them.
I'm sure YouTube would love to host that 42 gigabyte file.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For free.
It was bowing.
Luckily, we got a.
What?
I don't like the screen. It was bowing. Whatever. Let's finish.
All right. So we're done.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. We'll be back. Don't forget, we've got our normal podcast on Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Go to pcpro.com/subscribe to sign up for that. And if you enjoyed this and you want to make any last-minute contributions to our Patreon, obviously you can always go to patreon.com/pcpro, which you see below us. And thanks, everybody. Thank you guys for hanging out for the whole time.
Thanks, Ryan.
I had fun.
It was fun.
It was actually kind of fun.
It was a ball. It was a blast.
It was
I don't know.
it was good.
I don't know that we want to do it every Sunday.
I don't think I'd want to do it every Sunday either.
But
it
you
was a
know.
lot of fun.
Once in a while, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good night, guys.
See ya.
I'm going to go get a quesalupa. If you enjoyed this content, consider supporting in-depth technical content by contributing at patreon.com/pcper.